All right, and there we are. Welcome to our continuation of playing as England, where we're terrorizing all of Western Europe for our own aims. Where we've kind of discovered the New World, but it's more like we discovered Brazil. So that's happening. I actually had to scramble to get here last minute because I was in the middle of cleaning with my parents. So that took longer than expected, but not to worry, we are here. And we are having to deal with the fact that the English Union with the Kingdom of France is probably going to collapse the moment the Queen dies. But hopefully she'll live at least 2 more decades, long enough for us to cripple Castile. As long as we can get Castile out of the picture, we'll be okay. If Castile's still in the picture by then, well, at least we have Portugal. Now, we could give Portugal their coastline back, but I'd rather just make them a part of England proper. Speaking of which, a lot of our subjects like Wales, we might want to look into annexing at some point. In fact, why don't we just start annexing Wales now, because we have the potential to do that. Just start incorporating it. We don't have too much control over there. I am on the wrong menu. But I think once we set up some of the naval infrastructure, this will actually go very nicely and very smoothly. A part of the issue is that we just don't have enough dedicated fleets to actually keep things going. I think that's just the biggest issue we have, is that we haven't really dedicated enough actual fleets to maintaining our coastline control. Because if we could get that going very well, we'd be fine. So one thing I want to do here today, before the 1400s is over, is just spam out as many of these carracks as we can. Just get a bunch of them going. And hopefully have enough ships to just patrol the high seas everywhere. Portugal's not loyal, that's normal. I know we are building some towns over here to get more of that coastal control as well. Especially since we've got some good harbor potential here in Truro and Plymouth. So getting them both up would be very nice. But of course, we always got to build new temples before anything else. And with new temples comes libraries, so people know what the heck they're reading about. And with that southern coast, we can probably expand it upwards. Wales actually has a very good port right here. So once that's annexed, we can just add it as a part of it. I don't think we can do any colonies out here yet. We need more research done. Speaking of which, we just got institution growth because we're getting the paper and book research done. Bookkeeping, cabinet laws. Yeah, we were going to do all of that because of the bonuses it provides. And then I love all the rebellions that we're still under, like, endless threat of that just won't stop coming. They're still here. The lords are... I love the lord... There's still a lord's insurgency, but it's just the Scottish who don't really agree with the whole being annexed by England thing. But most people feel that way about being annexed by England. They're not very happy about it, I've noticed. But not to worry. The English spirit will move on. Until someone... Who is this? An explorer would be nice. But I want to save the money to build up the economy instead, if that's okay with you. Yeah. Because there's a lot of these areas that still need to be built up. Some of them... Honestly, I might make into towns later, but we'll see. Right. But this is a good... How much of this is controlled? And Joe, well, maybe I'll just kill them first. It's not too well controlled. A lot of that issue is just once you start going from the coastal bays here, the roads are just not enough. There are some roads we can build from our really good ports, but some of the roads just aren't good enough. Speaking of which, I saw that some of the 1.1 updating is going to include governors, that you'll be able to build a couple of those in cities that have a land connection to your capital, which should be an interesting tweak of balance to control, but I'm wondering if that's also because they changed something else with control that I'm not yet aware of. Is there anything the clergy give us that we also want? Religious diplomats is nice, but I don't want conciliatory. We want to stay belligerent since that makes the antagonism cheaper. What about spies? That depends on what we can steal. Technology, so we're building spy network here already. Oh yeah, there it is. We actually have the spy network. They just don't have enough tech for us to steal. We actually do one in Castile, but there's a 24% chance it gets caught, so I'd rather do Aragon. Just because they're a lot less likely to be found out. It'll be a lot easier. Do we actually have any CVs we can enforce? Parliament claims. Oh, right. We were going to attack Castile, weren't we? Yeah, I totally forgot about that. And we wanted to get rid of Alba at some point, but France and Castile are both defending them right now. Oh, but if we attack Castile, Aragon joins. France won't join. They refuse to. What if we give you... No, they just won't at all. Okay. So I think that was the plan, right? Was that we were going to use this to start a war to then just annex Castile. Or not Castile, but annex all of Alba, or at least a lot of it, and then get Castile as well. So we'll raise regular levies to invade Alba because it's not very strong. Castile is the one to worry about here. They're still mostly levies, but there's at least enough of a threat to actually be somewhat concerned. Can we... We're a great power. Can we threaten for this? Probably not. No, I can't even threaten war right now. Because, oh, the Tyler Rebellion got over 95. I swear, these rebellions are really, really biting into our potential. They're not hard to put down, but a lot of them I think are just going to keep ticking until everyone's loyal, and I don't think that's going to happen. There is no loyalty here. No loyalty to the state at all. I will try to get our stability up, though, because that might somewhat mitigate our issues. Actually, let's raise diplomatic spending, just so Portugal's few troops will actually join. They're not that strong, but, you know, may as well use them for something. So once that's below 95, we'll be able to start this war. It'll only take 1 more month. It won't be that bad. I kind of feel like we should be recruiting more regulars, but what we really need to do, maybe after the paper techs are done, and I might even cut some of them off here, we might do some of the military technologies. I don't know if we already have it. Yeah, we already do have the colonial maintenance. This one was the range, right? Yeah, I don't think there's another colonial range. So it's more about just waiting for the opportunity to arise. Oh, we do have this colonial range over here in exploration. That might be a good one to grab. But what I'm thinking is get pike and shot and kind of head straight down to halberdiers and the falconet. That way. We might even go reinformed longbowmen, although I think this is only for levies. Yeah, this is only for levies. This is not for anything else. Just because we're expecting a lot of conflict soon, so we might want to just start improving the military now before it's too late. And then I don't think I can... Yeah, they'll agree to whatever I threaten. That's what I thought. So we will just do this. And off we go with hope for the best and preparation for the worst. I don't want to raise everyone, but I do want to raise a lot of folks. I made it sound like it was raising a lot of folks, but it didn't. Alright. So these troops will all focus on Alba to the far north. These troops are going to supplement our regulars for our invasion. Oh, are some of them on an island? Oh, yeah, no, I see what happened. I selected some of the ones that were on the mainland. I didn't think I did, but I did. And select some of you, and we'll actually have you go to this unit here. We'll gather them up in the safety zone that we're in, and then we'll invade Castile. Aragon joins as well, so that'll be a slight issue, but nothing too severe. It's mostly just going to be a lot of fighting back and forth, is my guess. And, of course, we now have paper workshops that we can upgrade to, so we do want to get those going while we're prepping for war. Castile's probably going to attack some of our shipping. I see they attacked one ship on its own, actually, so let's just kind of beat them at their own game, so to speak. Yeah, a couple of ships will beat us, but a horde of ships will not. Okay, there we go. So we've got regulars and levies ready to go. And we'll just focus Castile's forts down. The humongous stack of troops we have here, we can actually just split in half. We can have both of them just start sieging. And honestly, that's probably all they need to do is just siege. Maybe give them some elderly commanders just to make it a little faster, and then we'll just ignore it from there. Well, the dogs are lively today. That's always good. The Castilian sieges should go a lot faster, which is kind of what I want to focus on, because I view Castile as kind of our bigger threat. I expect Alba to take some territory, but... Oh, Not too much. Local legal reform. Well, I feel like we need national legal reform, but I'll take it. I'll take what we can be given. As long as they don't kill our main forces, we'll be fine. Yeah, Alba will fall easily. And then if we can take territory to weaken Castile, preferably the northern coastline, so that's all kind of connected by land, but we'll see what happens. They just keep breaking. I don't actually know why. But at least our subjects are keeping the sieges going when we leave them. Jeez, they need cannon, but they're not going to get any cannon. What is this? Yeah, sure, just because the nobles keep threatening to revolt every 5 minutes. I have to throw them a bone now and then so they don't actually go through with their rebellious ideas. Not that I suspect they will, but yeah, you can never know with nobles. One moment they're praising you, the next they're stabbing you in the back. Oh man, that research finishes faster than I think. Or maybe we're ticking too fast, who knows. Should be right around here. Oh, they're there. Oh, shoot, there's the rest of them. This unit actually lost its general. Okay, that's not good. Unbeknownst to me, one of our generals is no longer generaling. So now we have to reorganize the troops for that. Maybe pick someone that's not in their 60s so they don't drop dead in 5 months and I don't notice. Usually, did someone just drop dead? Yep, one of the people leading our armies, of course they did. So I'll wait for them to get up and then send them both in. So this is just a very one-sided battle because we know they're going to bring reinforcements to the battle when it starts. The AI's gotten a bit better about doing that now. Maybe we can stack wipe this one. Not a stack wipe, but they lose half their troops, which is still very good. I think they're going to be gone from the mountain. Nope, they're still here in the mountains. Although they did not take a lot of casualties relative to how many they had up there. That's fine, though. Numbers-wise, we're fine. We massively outnumber them. And half those troops we have are just here in the north sieging Scotland down. Or Alba, Scotland. It's the same area, so people know what I'm referring to. Although all of our cannon dying in battle is really just unlucky. Because it makes the sieges take a lot longer when everyone's dead. Honestly, if we could just make all of us subject, I would be all for that. That's probably cheaper than sieging everything down. It's actually more expensive. Well, that makes sense. They're not the main target of the war goal, so everything's more expensive to take from them. That's normal. That's how that works, actually. I guess Milan? I really don't know who I'm marrying away. We're just doing it for the fun of it. Oh god, he's a noble, he's not even... I guess the Lancasters will take over at some point then. And then this dynasty's just gone because... Try as she might, the only child she had was a bastard son, so... Yay! Lineage! It's going so well, I assure you. Let's actually pull you back and have you regain your cannon. That way it's not a complete loss. Oh, right, you can't get over there. Adam Green makes us more humanist. Or I could purge them, make more... Yeah, sure, why not? What could go wrong with a purge? I have no idea. Already almost halfway done annexing Wales, that's good. Have I missed the research again? I have. It just goes so fast, they're gaining about 0.4 a turn. Relative to what I can steal from them. New Brunswick. We've already named it. We haven't even figured out what's in it. We've already named it. At least we're quick about it, I guess. Got that going for us. Ah, Second Admiral of the Navy. He's fine. Well, I guess it's that time of year again where everyone gets too old and just vanishes. Because that seems to be exactly what's happening. Make the nobles happier, just because that might make the Lord's Insurgents stop, finally. Nope, still going. In fact, this one's very weak now, so the Highland Patriots are the one to target. We have a lot of areas, a lot of like towns and cities now, so there's just a lot of areas that meet the need for establishing parliament there. There we go. I don't know if there's any laws we want to change. Last I remember, Age of Discovery didn't bring anything that we were really interested in yet. It might be something we change at a later point. Alba's fully sieged down. It's 124 to fully to make it a subject, and I'm pretty sure taking this territory is more expensive. Yeah. If we can make it a subject, that would be best, because that would meet our needs for forming Great Britain. But if we can't do that, then the next best bet is to just take everything we can that weakens them as much as possible. Just leave them with this. So that way, they're just nothing more than a resistance force. And at this point, for the sake of the economy, we'll just disband those 50,000 levies, let them return to work. We don't need them down here. Castile's army is less than the troops we currently have assembled in Spain. East Asturias. Yeah, we probably should head over there and siege that down. And I don't think I wanted to change any of these. Court of Culture is fine. Expanded levies is good. Actually, I guess we do want free people, so yeah, we can keep that. A lot of these are relatively where I want it to be. Unless we want more free subject points, then I could switch over to that to make the peasants happier. Everyone's above in their 50% equilibrium. I think it's better to just let this pass, so we get the cheaper construction of all those counting houses. Okay, let's get you up there so we don't get white pieced. That's why we're still negative on this, because they have 25 from defender ticking. But what we just did should deny that completely. And there we go, it's blockaded now. Counting houses are being built. You can also build a bunch of printing shops, which will kill the price of books, but for now it'll be very valuable. Oh, the burghers are building roads. Good. We'll use those when we conquer the kingdom. Make a fair deal. Why not? Actually, I should check for colony potential. We can make them in Guinea, but I don't want to do that because there's malaria there, so almost everyone dies and it takes forever to colonize. We're already trying that out, actually, and learning the hard way. These colonies are just a bit too far for our range at the moment. And then these we haven't even found yet. We're still waiting on them to actually discover it. Until they do, we're kind of stuck. Beyond the horizon. Oh, good. Free exploration points. You know what? Does Aragon have any technology? Neither of them do, because I can't focus on it for more than 3 seconds. So, check back on this at what? February? Yeah, February. It should be good by then for us to take. Oh, they were able to liberate a fort, but we've sieged down the target area, so we should be fine. Oh, do they actually, like, reinforce it, though? Yeah, they did. There was also typhus there, but not to worry. What could go wrong with little typhus? I still don't know how I'm going to feel about complacency when they bring it. I think they're bringing it in 1.1. Hey, just on time. And then you should be probably 2 months, and then we can steal another 4 points of research for 8 in about 2 months. I'd rather the clergy be happy, because that means faster research. Cabinet laws. See, dynastic's not bad, but I feel like slightly reducing their power and getting a little centralization isn't worth it compared to more cabinet efficiency, or you have more burghers. And I do love me an efficient cabinet. Question of unification law. Oh, good. So I can pass unification of the crowns before we lose this. So we can at least have that faint dream of a unified England and France before it just goes to pot. Okay, where is this insurgency? Because I might just let this fire at this point. Just let it break out up there, maybe. And then just put it down the hard way. So any other integrations here that maybe we can just speed along? We'll see. I might not let it happen in the end. Oh, no, keep sieging. I thought you were done. Okay, steel technology, so we're already partway there. I'm pike and shot. Do we actually fully control it, or is it a... We do fully control it. We're ticking now. Good. I know we have their capital siege down, too. Obviously, we can't make Castile a subject. That's not happening. That would be ridiculous. I'm thinking we just kind of... See, I can't take all 105. What if we don't take Lugo? Then we could at least connect the provinces. So it's at least connected. Navarre is a bit too big. What if it's like that, 98? I know there's like a fort here too we could take. Just debating on that because we're almost at the point where they'll just give it to us. They have some good defense, I'm noticing, because we're only at -2 for the siege phase. But not to worry, it should be done in no... Oh, Aragon figured out pretty quick that we're spying on them. I can't wait for the 1.1 update overall, to be honest, since... Wait. So, either the heir loses 10 of each stat, or he converts. I'd rather take the stat hit. I'm not letting the convert... Actually, maybe I should have let the conversion happen now that I think about it, but... The guy's gonna be old when he rules. He's not gonna rule that long, if we're honest. So... Yeah, it won't be long. Oh, they were agreeing to it momentarily. There's fights going on, that's why it's kind of flip-flopping. There we are. That's gonna make a lot of people upset with us. But let's be honest, they were going to be upset with us regardless. I mean, yeah, Castile hates us, France hates us, and then the rest of Europe is uneasy. I think Castile has actually made some enemies, maybe. So all this does is it kind of makes it to where Castile is going to struggle to have lots of ships, and it probably cuts them off from the northern part of the New World just because all their ports have to be down here now. But the hope here is that as we cut this off and as we build up our own navy, we can just get more control over it, and eventually Castile will just not be much of a threat. Honestly, they're not that much of a threat on their own at this point. They even had Aragon's backing, and it just wasn't enough. I wanted to say let's get more roads going, but maybe not roads. It's actually, I think 20 ships here is fine. Let's bring you over here. Because I want to see, when does this end? Yeah, I'm going to take their money this time. Actually, I just noticed that there are pirates out here, and we probably want to get rid of the pirates while we have the chance. I don't even think we can annex France. I don't even think it would let us. Yeah, no, they need 190 opinion. We expect the annexation to last until the 30... Well, yeah, because they have negative opinions of us, so that can't happen. And, yeah, I don't think they're going to like us anytime soon. We can try, but I don't think they're going to like us anytime soon. Doesn't seem like that would happen. Invite royal family, propose ruler. It's only if they have a regency. Oh, I can negotiate it if they don't hate us. The problem is that they very much hate us. Well, we'll see if they ever change their mind. Not that I think they will. I mean, we'll see. It might work out. Ministry of Clergy is almost implemented, which is good. So, can we actually colonize over there? That is the question. We can't. Oh, yeah, no, we actually have a lot of... Oh, you know what? We have a lot of places we can colonize now. I think it's because we just discovered a lot of areas at once. Let's start with Canada, though, because, of course, we always have to start with Canada. And then... they do get expensive quickly, so we don't want to colonize too much at once. But there is gold down here with pearls. I saw Colombia was on... Oh, it's up here. Okay, yeah, so probably those areas. Technically, colonizing into here wouldn't be bad since you can eventually get to dyes. What part of... Oh, I see. It's way up there. I'm trying to figure out where all these colonization zones are, because I don't actually know. Contrary to one's opinion, I don't actually know. So we'll kind of colonize the whole coastal area first here, get that set up. We'll get colonies up here as well. We might try to direct rule this, but I think we're going to have to use subjects. I think it's too far away for the 1400s. But you know what? We'll see. And Wales should be annexed in about 2-ish years. Actually, less than 2 years. It is going to cost us a fortune for this, though. And to ensure we can fund that, we'll just kind of drop our stability spending and drop our diplomacy spending. That'll recover at least some of the cost. Actually, I have tribes now, too. That's funny. Trade income's only 44 ducats, but I'm 30 ducats now. I'm not really expecting trade to be much. Honestly, it's our subjects that are making us a lot of money. Wales is actually the 4th highest, but with how close it is to London, I think we can kind of direct rule it and be fine. For the most part. Yeah, I guess a bit of France will do, so it's not rebellious anymore. At least once we annex the Welsh part, it won't be on fire. Probably. So where are we on this? We're actually pretty decent. There are pirates in that area, so we just need more ships. I think let's send the 20 ships over here, because the 50 here should be enough, right? Yeah, these 50 should be enough. Just bring them right there. Yeah, the pirates are still suppressed. And it's suppressing the pirates up to here as well. They're in the same boat, so that'll make it easier. That way we can... it's like 20 ships isn't going to be enough to suppress the pirates up here, but it will start to improve our maritime presence, which is something we really need right now for that region. Still need books. That's good to see. Although I think that's just because the price hasn't fully drooped downward. It's not moving that much. We might be able to actually sell a lot of it later. They are just books, after all. Honestly, I think I'm going to let the Lord's Insurgents trigger because it's just in a isolated pocket in Scotland. So it's not really that bad. The Portuguese insurgency is only right there. So let's focus on incorporating that because I think this area, it has just a tiny bit of incorporation. Not a lot, though. Yeah, so we'll let it fire off here and we'll bring someone over to deal with it at some point. I'm keeping our main force on the continent in Europe since this is where a lot of the fighting is happening. It's where we need them. More than anything, anywhere else. Okay, good. Yeah, so this area will actually be done very shortly. It was almost done, and then we had moved it. That's what happened. I think they're yeah, I was going to say, I think they're right down here, too, so we'll get that done. It still is going to be poor in control, but it will be a little easier because they're no longer conquered, so their discontent is a lot lower by comparison. Maybe London can actually sell all these books and not struggle the whole time. That might be too much to ask for, though. Oh, well. Paris, Bordeaux. I really don't want any of these. Yeah, colonizing out here should go a lot more smoothly since the pops won't actively die. Which is definitely a plus, if you ask me. I'm doing pretty well so far, Ari. Right now, we're just kind of aiming to colonize as much of the New World and make as much of it English as possible, while also crippling Castile as much as possible before France breaks from the Union here. And each year that passes, that breakage becomes more probable. Although, whether it happens fast enough, I don't think we can annex them. I want to try, mind you, but I don't think we can. But the problem is France really hates us. Oh? The Pleading in Southern Act. Common language. English becomes our new court language. We lose the language. Oh, I see. The language of pleading is because we have a different language for the court. Okay, what is this? Okay, we can't get that then. So if we remove French, I would lose the court language. But I believe the nobles become happier when the court language is the same as the national language or some such. I don't remember. Court language is a foreign language -5. So if I do that, I think they'll actually get happier then, right? Yeah, because now that -5 is not there anymore, so they're actually happier now. So far, EGN, I'm having a pretty decent week. I've actually been playing that new Arknight's Enfield gacha game that came out because it has factory mechanics in it, and I love games like Satisfactory, so I've been having fun with that. Don't mind the whole, like, quote-unquote English Civil War that just broke out. It's just some nobles in Scotland that disagree with us. We let it happen on purpose because there was no point in suppressing it to stop one province from breaking away. It's much better to just let it break free and just incorporate stuff as time goes on here. And I have lost chat because of the ads. Sorry. It's all right. We triggered Great Pestilence. I forgot about that. Oops. But it's Arknight's Enfield. If you know Arknight itself, that is it's by the same people. So yeah, we just triggered the Great Pestilence in 1474. Oops. We can't lose our senior partner. Oh, right, because we're in a civil war. Yeah, yep, nope, that makes sense. I was like, what do you mean we're going to lose it? Well, yes, that's how civil wars tend to work, I'm told. Although, if we just siege the capital here... God, that's not even... The capital's not even their fort. Deving signification... Wait... We get the event too? Okay. King Adam. Yeah, we're basically invading the new world. It's a risky mission, but it's a mission we have to take on. I guess just take the one that does control drop because there's no need to do it over there. That would be ridiculous. I'm not surrendering a civil war. Are you mad? Yeah, so we've lost great power status temporarily because we're in a civil war right now, technically. Although I would beg to disagree on the description of civil war, but the game has other things in mind. But yeah, the more of the new world we can seize, in my opinion, the better. Now, why are you dying? Are you dying from... Oh, yeah, so the Great Pestilence does affect us. That's a little weird, but okay. Or, no, more likely, I'm sorry. It's more likely what it's doing. It's affecting the local populace here. But I think it's actively killing off Englishmen. Yeah, I just watched 4 Englishmen die. So... Huh. Oh, we just massacre. Okay, oops. But there go all the natives. Oopsie daisy. Might be a good time to conduct the census to see if we missed anyone. You know, that didn't help this at all. That just made this sound worse. And we'll just make sure it passes so we gain stability from it instead of losing it. 2.5% pop growth out here is insane. It won't last, but it's insane while it is there. Let me see. I can't build settlements here because... Oh, filtered locations. I was gonna say, why is this filtered? It's probably because they don't have enough pops to actually work it as laborers, which makes some sense. They don't have enough pops in general, but that's fine. Angry mob or not paying. Why does this keep happening? At least we're a great power again. Which I think means France is no longer... France still kind of is a great power. Oh. Why not start a new life in the colonies? Oh. Oh, wait, this would switch us to it, right? No. Trying to figure out why do we have this option? Switch to playing the new colonial subject. Yeah, I thought so. So... Oh, they automatically start as integrated then. Okay. But yeah, you see, there's no proximity out here. There's nothing. Play Scotland. So the question then becomes, do we want to actively control these, or do we... Because obviously colonial subjects would have an easy time controlling the area, and it would make a free town out of it, which is good. On the other hand, well, yeah, no, it's probably better to make new colonial subjects right now. We can always annex them later on. If we control them directly, we'll have no control the entire time, and that's not very valuable. We'll just have to consider annexing them at a later date, or just mass appeasing our subjects. Either one would work for me, personally. We are spending a lot of money. Let's actually maybe just don't do fort and army maintenance for now. Just to... Because we're spending 80 ducats a month on colonies. So yeah, it'd be better to establish new colonies that just make us money since we annexed Wales as well. I mean, our control on the coastline... Oh, no, that's still falling. It's just... Everything is just bad. Yeah, it's because we don't really have much maritime presence at the moment over there. But it should improve. Keyword is should. Doesn't mean it will. Let's actually get... Not the Peel Tower. Where is... Should be protected harbors are down here. I'm slowly getting better at finding things. That way they all have a slightly better harbor capacity. It'll make it a bit easier for them to have good connections. The Edinburgh market has a lack of lumber. That is kind of funny, actually. Because I didn't expect them to run out of wood. Scotland, of all places, running out of wood. We are spending a lot on exploration, too, but I don't think it's that bad, personally. I think it's fine, actually. Oh, yeah, they don't really have a lot of lumber and masonry there, but the settlements are being built fine. I know we'll eventually make it a new subject. By the way, do the subjects start with... They better have English as their primary culture. Okay, good. I assumed that's how it worked, but at this point, I just assume this game will break on me at a moment's notice if I so much as blink. The 9th war of Bohemian aggression. They just haven't had enough of themselves, I guess. So let's see, Castilian. Where are these Castilian patriots exactly? That is a lot of potential revolt risk. Maybe we fund the army, but leave the forts empty. I don't want the Portuguese to revolt, but I'll let the Castilians revolt, because that might pull Castile into the war, and we can just beat up Castile. Yes, they're being backed by Castile. Okay, so that did work as I suspected. Wait, the rebellion is just about 800 men that don't control anything, so Castile just got pulled into a war that it's probably not wanting and not prepared for. I'll take it. It's fine by me. We just unlocked halberdiers, actually, so I need to upgrade our troops. We'll just spend all that money to upgrade them. We'll not raise regulars. We're already going to have that be raised here in a minute. As you can see, our manpower pool is pulling several thousand right now. Let's raise the French. Specifically raise the French to fight for us. We're not going to send the English to die. Well, there are some English men here too, but that's beside the point. They're an addition, shall we say. We have more colonies we can establish because I'm crazy, I guess. Specifically, I want to get all these Canadian colonies going, if we could. Although, we could start colonizing down here as well, now that we're next to it. Now that we have the initial colonies placed, we'll get a lot of adjacencies that'll make it easier to start. Oh god, Hungary, Poland, Sweden, Norway, and Aragon in a personal union together. That is a bit of a slog. You might as well view them as like your final boss challenger right now, because that is a lot to fight against. Although Sweden and Norway won't have as much to throw at you as, say, Hungary does, it's still going to be a bit of a brawl for you. I'm sorry to say, but you are going to spend a lot of money and a lot of lives to put them down. Oh, do we have to segregate the infected again? Didn't we do enough of this already? Although it's curiously only in the southern area, I've noticed. I'll take the free stability, why not? And we'll spend just enough to keep it. Might as well, right? The high stability does make the pops promote a lot faster. And it makes the estates happier against their will. Yeah, we do a lot of things against the estate's will. That's normal. So we should be getting, yes, the Falconet artillery next. Oh! Instantly stack wiped one Castilian army. Oh, delicious. So I believe we... Ooh. Oh, yes, it's a minus 25 war goal. This will be very nice. This will be very delicious. Okay, that's one fort. That's already their capital down because it's so far in the north. I'm actually going to push our siege effort more deeper into their territory. Because I think we can afford it. The Basque might still revolt, but we can probably contain that without much issue. Yeah, there we go. Nope, this fort right here. Are we paying for our forts? We should be, yeah. We're not spending that much on food, too. It's like an acceptably low amount, which is good. Exile in Artois. Oh, enjoy exile. What do the French think of us now? They still hate us. Nothing has changed. They still hate us. Pending border. Oh, right. We're still fighting the Scots in the border raids. I forgot about that. That's still going to go on until we finish them off. France does have a lot of power still, which is what scares me. Despite everything they've lost against us, they still have enough power to muster against us on their own. Not as much as before. It's more about the alliances they could easily forge that make them a bit of a problem. So now we have our halberdiers, we have our falconets. We could do more military research to prepare for war. There's certain technologies I want to get over here too, just like more lumber is always good. These technologies we can kind of wait on, actually. I do want to get them eventually, though. I know they're called advances, technology, who cares? They're things that we use greatly. Colonial migration being faster would be good. Honestly, I think we might want to invest into a colonial policy and, like, maritime presence. Because this is how we're going to later get trade with our colonies. Because right now, we actually can barely reach our colonies as it is. We actually can't reach over here, I don't think. We can reach one of them, but not the other one. So what I'm thinking is maybe we head over here, because colonial policy, settled ones have more. Yeah, let's grab the settled ones. It'll let us colonize faster and grab more of it at once. Trade colonies are good for like foreign building cost reduction, but that's not what we're aiming for here. Making the colonies cheaper to maintain would be huge, actually. It'd make this a lot easier, given we spend more the more charters we have. Which, yeah, you spend more the more charters you have. So you can't colonize too much too fast. You can try to. Rebellion against England. No control of the... What is the control of the war goal? There is no control of war goal. So at some point, I'm just going to have to end it there. I mean, should we take... more? See, that's too expensive already. This is very expensive on its own, actually. So I kind of want to just take more of their northern holds. That way, they kind of lose a bit more power. Just kind of slowly compress them inwards. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play more of the Russia game next week for Victoria 3. I'm thinking we'll push it until it's like deep into the 1900s, like till the 1910s. Just because the last 20 years, performance tends to drop really hard. So the Basque did revolt. Are they backed by Scotland? Castile, they are not. Which is fine. I was holding out hope that they would be, but they aren't. Just so I could beat the Castilians a second time. For no apparent reason. They're sieging us right now, so we'll just clean this up real quick. And then that should make this easier. Nope, wrong one. Oh, it's just targeting Castile specifically now, I see. Okay. What is making you resist this? Your enthusiasm's back up, I see. I assume it's because they were able to... I really don't know, actually. And I'm not going to pretend to know. They keep running away from us. I don't understand why. We just want to beat them to death. Extraction economy. Switching yourself to an extraction economy is basically like playing an industry band, but with different stats. So I could foresee us doing it. I don't know who we'd do it as, though. Oh, Grand Palace, sure, why not? I'm feeling vain today. Can we just annex the revolter? Not yet. Maybe we can now. Ah, of course, it's a 0 exactly, and no more. No more than 0. Okay. That's them gone, so we can start moving around as normal again. And then... where... Really, we'll just take these bits to kind of push Castile south and weaken them a bit by pushing them away from the mountains where it's easy for them to defend. Although at this point, it's more about just how long it's going to take to siege these forts down. Extraction economy, Qing. Qing has a lot of additional problems with it without adding extraction economy to the mix, let me tell you. We could do that, though, but that has a lot of additional problems that we stacked onto it. Yes, settled colonies is what we wanted. And then, I don't know if we need the additional colonial range. I do want the trade range, though. But I don't know if we need it. Native policy. I kind of want to do integration so the tribes can just promote. There's subjugation, but that's only if we want to actually get slaves. Which, I mean, I'm not against if we really want to do that. It's up to you, chat. The plantations do need slaves, actually, so that might answer itself. We could go for more iron. Let's grab... colonial range, yeah. Not that we need it anymore, we're already colonizing over there. I think... There's too many techs that I want over here. Let's grab the lumber output really quick, just so we have more wood and it's cheaper to build things. It'll also help with books production. We are trading a lot more now, I've noticed. At least in London, because our capacity is unused is at 30 now instead of 75. Trade income is still pretty bad, though, but I think that's normal. You know, we're not too good at this whole trade thing, you see. We kind of just build things and hope it works out. Okay, maybe we kill this army, that'll be enough to just make them bend the knee. Yeah, they're gonna lose about half the troops there. Almost half of them. That's enough to get it. Is there anything else we could take? Maybe this fort right there, if we don't take those? Nah, no. I think this is too expensive. Yeah, I think the rest of it is too expensive, except maybe this sliver? No. I think let's just take what money they'll give us instead, so Castile has a harder time recovering. That will be a bit easier to maintain. So there we go. Castile has been weakened a little more. They've lost a little more territory. Not too much, but it's several additional forts. It's additional pops that they lost. And then... Kimuk went on as a new colony. And then I assume we'll be able to just incorporate it into that colony and grow it as time goes on here. Oh, yeah, slavery is still broken. Well... We might not triangle trade as much. Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, the slave system. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a bundled mess, it is. Ooh, what are they doing down here with their money? Oh, good, great pestilence. As if we weren't dealing with it already, even though we should have already dealt with these diseases before. I guess they're just making a resurgence. If you want an excuse as to why we're affected by it. Just mass build some RGOs. Yeah, we're spending 130 ducats on colonies now. It's actually getting worse. We spend so much on the colonies. Although, I guess that doesn't surprise me too much. It was a part of our goals to begin with. Kind of want to get down to surgery for the disease resistance at some point. And trading with the colonies might be good. You know what? We'll grab overseas trade next as soon as we're done with the wood. That way, London can trade with Canada and vice versa. Let's see. Ally, Castilian border. There's no point in signing the treaty because Portugal is literally our subject, so I don't care. They are quite literally our subject. This treaty would mean nothing. Well, the good news, the French don't hate us now. The bad news is they still don't like us. Hostile diplomatic annex, blocking or declaring war. That's all it does. It's not really useful. The last jousting tournament. I don't want to spend that money. There's no point. So yeah, you could just either establish another colony or just let it join together. They still got the town, which is good. And they've even constructed a new market as well, so that our subject actually has control over it, which we can actually just barely reach, I believe. Yeah, we can. Still, we probably should get that increased trade range anyway. It'll be very useful for even further areas. It would actually help us with trading with areas like Egypt more easily. So there's no reason not to grab it. Because if we look right now, we can reach Egypt, but we can't really go any further. Getting that 50% trade range would probably go really hard. My hope here is that once they're built up enough, they'll start making us lots of money. But I think for now, they'll make us nothing. Because that's just how it be. Alright, we can... I probably shouldn't create even more colonial charters, but I'm going to create even more colonial charters. Because I can. So I will. And no one can stop me yet, except bankruptcy. But also, I'm expecting our colonial costs to have gone down in some areas, since we just made new subjects to handle them anyway. Yeah, it's fine. The Mali Empire requests access to guns. Oh, so the official stance was to not sell them guns? 33 towards traditional economy. No, I think I'll take the free money, thank you very much. In fact, if you're not busy, I'd love to push us towards the capital economy more heavily. We haven't really been pursuing it for a while now. Despite all the bourgeoisie that we have. So we can at least get it to tick up a bit and make buildings a bit cheaper. More production efficiency. Oh, I'm gonna have to send someone over here to conquer the natives, aren't I? That'll take so long. It won't really take long. I just don't want to be bothered to do it right now. Maybe the colonies can do it for us. Yeah. They probably won't. But we can pretend. Yeah, so they're already starting to get their access by sea. That's good. There's no roads into it from here, so that's why it's not working. And the Highland, we might actually stop that in the Portuguese. I love how the Irish are attempting to revolt, but that's just normal. That's normal. It's nothing new. I will say their own ability to project control over here is probably going to be very bad. But I feel like it might be better to have a unified subject instead of just 15,000 different subjects over here, because that sounds like a nightmare. So we'll probably make all of this area one subject and then make another one appear or something like that. There we go, we have more colonial range. Not that we needed it, but we have more colonial range. 30% of the known world. I don't even have the money to establish more colonies at this point. But we can steal the Pope's technology. I'm surprised that Wallachia is actually doing as well as it is. I usually see... In my games, Wallachia usually just dies. And that's not even a joke. Either Bulgaria or Hungary kill them off. In this case, they've somehow survived both Bulgaria and Serbia. The Mamluks are doing their usual thing. The Sultanate's struggling. Everything else is kind of just where you'd expect it to be, honestly. Except the suffering of France, but that's normal. It's actually encouraged by us, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch you off to the Highlanders now. To stop their rebellion. Against the kingdom, because we're not an empire. Southern New England. We haven't even taken it and we've already renamed it. Oh, wait. Wait. So, are we saying I could form Great Britain? And then if I choose to not actually give up the territories of I could actually form the United States as Britain and then get all of their advances. That feels unintended. Well, these are not bad. So we'd be able to form England, get all of this, and then form the United States. What? That just sounds ridiculous. I love it. So, I mean, this part we can still make into one giant subject because it's not over there. But now I might want to hold on to this territory, actually, chat. Just because that sounds really funny. Unless forming Britain immediately makes the U.S. disappear, but the U.S. is a tier 4, Britain's tier 3. Canada's also tier 3, which is funny. But we probably don't want to do that. We're a tier 2 country. So it's not impossible. One thinks about it. Nope. Give me all the markets. Only the areas with the finest of books will do. Or something like that. So what is causing this expense of the travel? Is it just maritime presence isn't at 100 everywhere? Yeah, that's kind of what it mainly is. So it's probably going to be that way for a long while. Probably try to incorporate this area down here soon. We actually have a bit of control down here, surprisingly enough. So where can we reach now with trade from London? Yeah, that's what I thought. We can get over here to Georgia, Kiev, Moscow. We can get all the way over here now and trade with it from just London. So that might give London more trade opportunities and might let them actually use it up. Not that I suspect they will. I think it'll just sit there. More colonial migration would make this faster. See, there's just all good text here. I want to grab iron too, because obviously we use a lot of iron. In case you couldn't tell, iron is just in high demand all the time. In fact, we're actively importing 46 iron. But I do want to get down over here where the battle leadership law is, because we can get the permanent House of Parliament. And a possible government reform. It's also where we can get the CARE Act, trade range usage, overseas reduction. There's a lot of good text down here that we should probably grab. The dry dock too, of course. So we'll start focusing on that next. How's our crown power looking? 24? Yeah, it sounds about right. English Parliament's nerfing it. And then we don't really have the head of cabinet, I don't think. Oh, we do. We do. We're just kind of stuck because the nobles have a lot of power. I mean, you know, if we got like 80 stability, I could just revoke one anyway. I actually would like to revoke the mineral courts, probably. Just for the cabinet efficiency. Or even just this one, since we're going to use levies less. Although, I like land privilege, though. The 5% tax efficiency is kind of worth what they get for it. I love spying on the Pope. He almost never catches your spies. There's just too many people over there, so they don't realize it. We're over our cultural limit again, really. I mean, we are accepting Normans and Northumbrians. But I didn't think it'd be that expensive. Speaking of which... might want to accept Portuguese, or at least tolerate them at some point. I was looking at the numbers saying we were losing thousands of people, and then I realized that's probably because they just migrated over here and we gave some of the land to our new subject. Who has a nice tax base of 1, by the way, chat. They're doing very good. Very good. Oh, God. I'm sure their control is terrible, too, but what can you expect? They're going to at least get it up to, like, the 30s, since it's all core territory. Until you get out to here. Labrador. I feel like Labrador's too far away. And that I might want to make a new colony out of that. See, I'm not too sure, because if I wanted to form Canada later, well, I probably don't want their town to be there, huh? It might be better to form a second subject up here, yeah. That way it's like 2 Canadian subjects kind of pushing inward. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, at least. We're at 121, so I could probably start making more. Man, that is a lot of colonies. Probably do the ones that we're all kind of bordering, because I think those will be a little cheaper, maybe. Yeah, because distance is lower. So it might not hurt as much. Oh, the queen's still kicking at 65, but I don't know how long that's going to last. The dubious. Well, she sure is dubious in a way, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, that's the research route it takes, isn't it? Yeah, supply depot, reinforcement speed. Okay, that's good. Does the Pope have more tech for us to steal? He's about to in about 2 months. I mean, permanently borrow like good Christians of the faith. We would never keep it for ourselves indefinitely, right, guys? We definitely would. We definitely would. Maybe because we're also colonizing these areas and getting new pops that are technically different. Although it's mostly English over here, so that's still fine. Salt, lumber, game. Oh, I see they're both in their own markets now. That's good. That's good. Gifted translator. Sure. I have to, like, check every colony now to see which one I wanted to join. That's fantastic. Although I think that's also very unavoidable, so it's gonna happen. We got a lot of trade capacity, actually. One of these points, I'm gonna click that button to accidentally lead the colony instead, and we're gonna have to somehow restart. Portuguese patriots are actually very weak. Actually, yeah, let's let the Portuguese patriots uprise, because they're not going to actively take any territory. They're just going to rise up somewhere and have to be dealt with. That's not difficult to fight off. Okay, as long as it's only over there. Hey, found New Jersey, chat. It's time to colonize it. We don't have the money, chat. Oh, look, chat, we found money out of nowhere. Don't know where we got it from. Let it join Menace. Integration. I guess we should integrate Ireland a bit so it stops revolting so much. Yes, this will all join their little subjects there. I don't know when they'll actually make us money. I think it's really just going to be trade that is the income. I'm not expecting this to pay off, if I'm honest with you. Because it probably won't. But at least we get access to, like, just the most basic stuff over here, which is mainly fish, fur, and lumber. Oh, interesting. So, the revolt that happened actually... Huh. Unbeknownst to me, chat, because I haven't had this happen before, backing Portuguese revolters is something Portugal could do as our subject, so they basically just started a war of independence against us as a whole. I mean, Portugal's not that strong. It won't be hard to put them down, but it is just one of those, oh, that can happen moments. Because I haven't had it happen before. It's not like it'll take much effort to put them down. Although my concern is that I don't... Oh, whoa, whoa. We're spending a lot of ducats suddenly. I mean, I can get why Portugal's not paying us anymore. We're... Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened. Cost of court, yeah. And their army's already dead. Okay. So... It looks like I can't even make them a subject, so is this just like a full revolt? They just break free? Is that on purpose? Royal marriage. Seeing military access, rivals. Yeah, no, I guess it's just a full-on revolt, and you can't make them a subject again. Interesting. So, the fires are already being lit, then. Yeah, that's fine. So I guess that's a new crisis we have to worry about now. Maybe something that isn't going to cost us money. Keep it as a part of England. I mean, shipbuilding's not bad, but we don't really need any of this. I guess just increase ties to our remaining subjects. Squeeze more money out of them or something. Nope, we don't have enough spies yet. That's okay. So we're just gonna beat Portugal down as much as possible. Which I can do. Just realized these are off again. I don't know why they keep turning off. That's okay, though. What is making the most profit from books? It's claiming there's an area that'll make like 3 ducats, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, well, there's still plenty of areas that make a lot of money. For their size, at least. Oh, no, it failed. Oh, well. Anyway. How are explorations in the south going? Not too bad. Still no coffee, though. It's further along. We can't really reach it yet. We're at 100 aristocracy, a 0.44 bonus. I do like the monthly legitimacy thing, but making the ruler or commander at war isn't always gonna work out. We could go for the military tactics. Nobles don't like that, of course, but that would just make our armies straight up better at fighting, so let's just take that. Try to see if I just had that fight there. I'll try to see if I can't get another fight here in a minute to show it off. Ah, they fled. Oh, well. They took their capital, at least. Nope. Hey, on. Maybe... No, they're not coming back for it. They're going around. There they are. There they are. Well, barely caught it. But all military tactics does is that it just makes it to where regiments take less damage. So, the higher that is, the less damage we take. Simple math. Well, hopefully simple math. Yeah, no, there is no make them a subject button here. So that definitely broke. Kinda sucks, but that's okay. We can make this work. Didn't want to have to do this to Portugal, but, you know, they left us no choice. They'll have to be ripped apart limb from limb before white peace hits, at least. Fighting together, collecting tribute. I mean, they're basically paying us nothing. Well, that's the choice. That's the choice. Yeah. I think we're missing like a good 20 ducats at least that they were making. But Brittany and Aquitaine are still making a nice chunk of money. So it's not all bad. The Justices of Peace. Yeah, sure, I could take some free subjects. Why not? What could go wrong? Prussia. Oh, Prussia can get noble cadets. Oh, that's neat. Loyal privateer crews. Okay, this is good so far. I just need that fort in the north to fall. At least one of them to make it a bit cheaper to annex. But also just to help out. Oh, Castile. I was wondering why the points weren't so favorable to us. Castile just joined the war, so Portugal and Castile are fighting together now, it looks like. Yeah, so letting that Portuguese revolt happen was a terrible idea. Because now our enemies are aligning themselves together here. We'll wait for one of the sieges to finish, because they should split up their armies by then, and we can just gather ours up, the regulars, and it should go fine. Yeah, there we go. So let's move out to here. Gather the troops together, and then we'll just deal with them one by one. Yeah, especially if we can get stack wipes like that one going. That'll make it a lot easier then. Oh. Well, I think we win that one. Looks like we do. Yeah. Not by too much, but we definitely won it. And that was most of their armies forced back, so that's good. Maybe get reinforcements before winter comes in. Yeah, there we go. 3,500 more troops. Unfortunately, Castile joining this has definitely shifted war enthusiasm a bit. This would fracture you? Oh, I guess maybe in a way it would, yeah, looking at the map. So maybe... Because that leaves you fractured, that leaves you fractured, that... All of this technically leaves you fractured, so... That's a bit of an issue. But, like, this doesn't. So maybe something like that would do, yeah. We could technically keep this going and just war into Castile, but I don't know... We don't really have the time because the white piece is ticking and there's no way for us to stop it from ticking. So let's just fight them a bit more and get some war score out of it. Oh, they might actually win that one. They have a lot more troops. Nope, we actually ended up winning. And they took triple the losses, so that's very good. Let's just do this for now. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so... It didn't make it clear, but apparently they were never going to stop being our subject. They ended up being made into our subject again, and all we did was take some land from Portugal and weaken it. Which, I guess, works, too. That wasn't in the plan at all, but, you know, I guess that works. So, not really the worst-case scenario in the end, like I thought it was. I very much thought it was, though. Use it to strengthen the throne. Yeah, do that, because that'll get this whole cost to court thing to go away. Then I can stop paying the troops money. Where is this? Yeah. Having to carefully monitor what is where. Just very, very carefully. Oh, why are you... There's no liquor here. Well, that's not surprising. I don't know why you decided to start your colonial charter adventures there. It's not very surprising that there's no liquor out here. There's no town. Which I guess we'll have to build one. See, if you let them form a subject or join a subject, what? Oh. Interesting. Württemberg is now... our ruler's husband. Oh. Huh. Our ruler's husband became the Duke of Württemberg. They still have no children, though. They never had a child together in the end. It's just very sad. Very, very sad. If you can't tell, I'm mortified by what's happened. Let's steal technology so we can form this parliament a little sooner. A more permanent parliament, I should say. Actually, just realized it's making them integrated, but wouldn't a lot of these become cores in the end? Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't a lot of these become cores because they're majority English? That's kind of how that works. I don't want to lose legitimacy. Not right now. You guys able to at least trade for it, maybe? No? Okay. What is like a good harbor? Oh, these areas, actually. Both of them. So it really doesn't matter which one you upgrade. In that loose sense. The problem is that they don't have the people. Because I think you need, yeah, you need 5,000 people. So that's the benefit to making all those subjects, is that they're getting all those towns, which is making it easier for them to build up. But we just discovered that you could technically form the United States, so, you know, I'm just a little interested in it. The High Kingship of Alba, who is still being guaranteed by France. And you are allied with... Oh, wow, your stances have changed since I last checked. Guaranteeing the subjects of England. So what, if I attack one of my subjects, you'll come after it? Actually, what about the coalition you're in? Who is all in this? The Bank Party. Great. Fantastic. I'm so scared. Not the banks. Anything but that. Can I annex? Not yet. You're not happy enough. So we'll just have to fix that then. Same with you. Just start slowly consolidating control over England itself. Where is this? I was kind of expecting that to become a part of the other colony over there, but... why not? I'm not going to skip out on the free town. Built on the fur depot, but let's try to ignore that, yeah? Just try to ignore that. Oh, boy. Well, at least we've gotten to the New World a lot sooner than a bunch of other nations. How are we doing on exploration? Because we've been letting it automate a lot, but some of it is stalling now because they're trying to do it from this territory and there's no liquor in the market. I don't think they have the pops to even do that anyway. Yeah, no, they don't. Kind of build it in whatever areas you can. Because at least those settlements will help the growth a little faster. Even if they're not well manned. Okay, you can start cracking down on someone else, like not the Basque, because they're not really that strong. I was thinking the Irish. They're a lot closer to revolting. Man, she's 70 now. She's somehow still kicking. Which is good news. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I'll have to see why that happened, but I can take a pretty good guess as to why that happened. Yep, your husband is finally dead. So just marry someone else. Yep, marriage union disbanded. And I don't think this is going to get me a child either at this point, given how old she is. But, you know, one can have hope, right? It's not going to happen. Tannery. Yeah, we do need more tanneries. Just from all the armories that we have. We still have more troops than France, but France has a fair bit of subjects to still call upon now. They have some control, at least. Well, in the deep south, perhaps. Actually, they just annexed one of their subjects pretty recently. Which is probably a good thing, in my opinion. Since they'll actually have less control over it for a time. So I noticed, I just realized these are building masons, lumbers, and clay pits. Is that in all of them? Yeah, in all of them. Sometimes they get 2, sometimes it's just 1. Not that they have that many subject people to begin with. Yeah, because this is... Yeah, all of that, starting from here downward, is all in the same region. I mean, at least we'll control a lot of it. What areas are you exploring that might be useful? The Georgia area of the East Coast. They're exploring a lot of Canada and the East Coast right now, actually. I would like to explore the Caracas area. Because I'm pretty sure there's some coffee there. And I'd like to actually gain access to it. That way we can try to use it. Where's this one? That one joins Labrador. Try to keep them at least somewhat cohesive. Oh, is this the third one that we made? Oh yeah, it is, because they couldn't connect to anyone else. Oh, we can always annex it later. We can always annex everything later, and then we'll forget about it and not annex any of it. Keep it as England. Gone off to explore Virginia. Wonder who they'll name it after. Couldn't imagine at all. Couldn't tell you. Oh, right. We should probably actually build the House of Parliament, shouldn't we? It's one thing to actually get the research. It's another thing entirely to actually build the darn thing. Religious art. Support the state. There really is no good options here, huh? There are no good options. I guess that's the docks, then. 529 ducats. How is... London is using most of its trade capacity, finally. And then the other areas... Some of them are actually not using too much. Not as much as I thought they would. Might just be not enough options to trade with, though. Which I could very much see being a thing. Get that built in London. For all future parliaments past this one. We actually can colonize into Georgia, I just noticed. So we may as well get started. It's actually, there's cotton down here. Is this? I'm pretty sure it is. No, it is not. This is actually a part of it. Okay. Okay, I see, I see. The English colony is destroyed if we don't give them... Wow, wow. So they'll be destroyed if I don't give them 0.02 ducats. How alarming. How awful. We gained it. Wow, so if I don't give them 0 ducats, chat, the colony charter will be destroyed. Okay. How terrifying. Massachusetts, I know I need to keep part as England for sure. Pretty sure this is in the area too, right? Yeah, it is, so... Keep it as part of England. This is really far down there, actually. Like, yeah, no, I would actually form a new colonial subject down here. And that's going to be its own market? Yes, it is. That works for me. Keep it as part of England. They're not making that much over here, but it's nice to have. I just wish they'd stop trying to make the preparations here when liquor's not made at all, but oh well. I don't know, maybe England, maybe we can send some liquor over there ourselves. That way it just happens. Oh, is there no liquor in the London market? There should be. Yeah, there's liquor here. And it looks like you have range. Oh, it's because we don't have a visible land route to the market, I think. So we don't know how to reach the market. The market center, so that's probably what's going on there. That would make some sense, that we don't know how to reach it, so we can't get to it. Otherwise, I have no idea what's going on. Ooh, 10 gems. Not that we can reach it yet. So, really need to explore this area right here. Currently stalled, so let's cancel it because it's stuck. Oh, it can only be done from here. I see. And there's no liquor down here, so they're struggling to actually get going. Well, that's a bit of a problem then. If I can't reach it because I don't know the market, but I can't... Ah, Jesus. That's a bit buggy. Because in my understanding, I can't trade with the market because I can't see the market capital. But I can't reach the market capital unless I can explore it. I have to make liquor down here, basically, then. But to do that, I need a town, which means either making a subject or making 5,000 pops exist in one area at a time. Either one, really. Which we could do. But that's going to require another deviation on our technology lists. We'd have to go all the way down to send people to the colonies. Well, that's only to a colonial nation, though. Jeez. Yeah, this is not working out very well. Oh, well, time to be stubborn and do it anyway. Because why not? The Court of the Star Chamber. Oh, we don't even have common law anymore. Court of the Star Chamber government reform. Minus 0.25 legitimacy? Ugh. Oh, but I don't want it. Well, I mean, we can just get access to it and not actually use it. Because that sounds awful. Keep it hard as England. Yeah, I mean, like, that's a lot of legitimacy you lose. An awful lot. It's not much control, but we have some at least. Not that I'm really aiming to have control over here. I don't expect to have any good control as it is. There we go. Although they're definitely getting institutions, I'm sure. Or not. No, not really. Well, they'll eventually get it, maybe. I don't want to lose my legitimacy, so he gets to lose his arm. Man, she's still holding on? I thought she'd be dead by now. If not before now. In fact, I'm a little curious. Diplomatic endeavors. How much more can I get out of this then? Up to a 60 more. Okay. Oh, she's dead. Yep. De Portugal. Yeah, there's regencies in both now. Oh, wait. Wait. Wait, so she died and the Lancaster who was chosen to be heir didn't even become heir? Oh my god. That feels like a bug to... Was he already dead or something? That can't be right. I would have been notified then. It would have changed our heirs. Tudor. Like what? The House of Tudor? No, you're the head of the Matilda dynasty. The Stanley dynastic. What is happening? I don't understand what just happened. Should she just take the throne then? Because, I mean, no one else is taking the throne at this rate, unless there's someone I can invite. Which I very much doubt, but, eh. Because I think I've got a few options here, and I need to make that choice without unpausing. I think our only choice is to let her take the throne, honestly. Air quotes, king. Yeah, it does break the union as I thought, because we're two completely different dynasties now. Do you at least have an heir? You do, thank God. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but the Lancasters just kind of vanished. We at least have a favored son succession law now, but obviously France is broken free. Although they're still in a regency too. Yeah, just keep them for now. They're probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so that was a bit of a wild swing around. And you happen to be exactly 16, like I could arrange a royal marriage for you and everything. Although maybe not with France, because that's gonna be bloody soon. Well, you're second in line for the throne. 14th, 15th. There's some big options here, actually. 12th. Well, that's really far away. I guess the Kingdom of Two Sicilies, then. You're already heir, so you're kind of just appointed, practically. Oh, I immediately gained claim to the throne of Two Sicilies. Ah, man, that sounds tempting, considering we just lost France. Who hopefully will be stuck in a regency for a long time and suffer for it. Although warring against Two Sicilies, I would need... Ah, Bohemia joins them. Maybe... I mean... If I could just assassinate him. I mean... It is a 50-year penalty. Oh, they made this a lot less painful. I remember it was like minus 20 Diplo rep for assassinating a character. It's nowhere near as bad now. At least I think that's what it was. Last I remember, it was really bad. Maybe I'm misremembering, maybe. Build up all those RGOs. We got a formulated plan, chat, to put England back on the world stage, because we just lost France, and France is definitely not going to be friendly to us. As much as we'd like France to just return to the fold, I don't think they intend to. Yeah, he is king now. And I don't think... I'm sorry, which one is this? I don't think they're going to agree to a new royal marriage with us anytime soon. If ever. I'd be very surprised if they did, actually. I mean, neither of you are married, right? Oh, we don't even have a diplomat to perform actions with. Okay, well. Time to start spending money again, I guess. And we really should pay off that debt at some point that I keep forgetting about and never pay. I also love how we're spending over 100 ducats on just establishing colonies, because I've just made that our primary goal for this entire game is just colonization. Even if it's not wise. The Galicians are threatening to revolt. Maybe we put a stop to that. Or at least slow it down. Because I do think they are very upset. Compared to a number of others. Oh, he's already married. Oh, but he's married to someone who's 69 years old. They don't have a heir. So, right now, France is staring down the barrel of another regency. But the problem is that we only have a single male heir, of course. Of course, we only have a single male heir. Why would we ever have more than one? All these names are throwing me off. I don't know what it's talking about at first. But that's okay. Perfectly balanced, because they actually have a lot of people. What is this? I mean, at this point, we could just finish Alba off, although Hungary and France would both defend it. But I'm not interested in such peace. We're so close to knocking them out. Okay, so... I mean, we're going through the tech tree at a steady pace. We don't have paved roads unlocked yet, even though normally we rush that bit just because we're very focused on more of the naval aspect right now. Oh, yeah. Could I just declare war and use that to get through? Maybe. I don't know. Probably grab military tactics here real quick so our troops are a bit better. When is that? 1497. Cyprus is in this. Although I think if I declare one in Cyprus... Is Cyprus independent? They're relatively independent, yes. But Two Sicilies is the real target. Although this puts her on the throne. I assume that that is the son's wife? Yes. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense. There we go. Joint Order of the Dragon. Hey! A grandson! Finally, some good news. Can't really propose a ruler, though, because they're not really valid, huh? Imagine all that we can get back on France's throne anyway. That'd be really funny. I doubt it, but we could try. Maybe it's time to become friendly with the papacy again. Yeah. It's a lot of diplomacy. Because what I'm thinking is we ally the Pope and get them to... They wouldn't back it. Why? Target opinion. Oh, they love Two Sicilies? Really? Yeah. I mean, we could still use the military food access to use the papacy as a landing point to actually invade them, so... It's not all bad news. We can actually still utilize it really well. Oh, we never upgraded the cannon. That explains a fair bit. Well, we were spending a lot of money, I suppose. That's true. Is this... I think that's a bit too... in here, right? Nope, that actually is just outside. It's in Canada. Okay. Having to, like, carefully just look over each one of those because I'm not quite sure where each one is until I actually examine it for a while. I might slow down our colonization for a bit just because we are kind of burning through our money at a really fast pace. Oh, wild game. Keep that for now. Courtier's daughter, the ruler of Brittany. I mean, under normal circumstances, I'd say yes to this, but there are subjects, so I really don't care about that marriage. It doesn't further our goals in any meaningful way, you know? Succession law. Right, and then that's the heir of Aquitaine. I don't think Milan is close, right? Hey, that's like 6th in line. I mean, maybe we could force him onto the throne anyway if we just don't care too much. I mean, why not? We'll see if it gives the option. Probably won't, though. Castile joins the coalition against England. Milan, Hungary, and Poland. Why is that alliance? So how is this coalition looking right now? I mean, it's just Castile. Oh, you know what? If we attack Castile, that would force Alba. Come on, game. That would force Alba in, and then we can use that to finish off Alba. Okay, this is a good idea. I like this idea. But we should probably... Oh, the halberdiers are really expensive. I knew they'd be expensive, but damn, that's expensive. Okay, new plan. Let's just start funding the army and get ready for war. Of course, we'll do our strategy as before. The main army will gather up some levies and engage Castile and Aragon, and then some regular levies will be raised up to finish Alba off. Because once Alba's finished off, we can form Great Britain and have all that good stuff. Man, we really need to get liquor down here somehow. Not that I think we can, but I don't know. Yeah, no, join it together. That way it's one subject down here. Otherwise, it's just a mess. Oh man, the Wu dynasty must have really put China together because they are the hegemon of everything right now. Like, they must have really put the country back together. Greatest power and over 9,000 tax base already. Yeah, almost 90 million pops. They must have put most of it together. And considering it's the 1400s for the AI, that's not bad. You know, for the AI. But I suspect the player would probably get even further. I kind of want to grab these monthly diplomats. There's too many techs I want to grab all at once, and I can't pick. Let's grab the monthly diplomats. And then where are we on diplo capacity? We're fine. Just that way, I don't need to fund diplomatic spending that much to do diplomatic actions. So we can kind of keep things a little cheaper. Ooh, can the saffron expand? Fantastic. It's always good. Intricate web weavers, very nice. Steal more Pope technology. I don't know the Pope gets it, but he just gets all his technology out of thin air. It's insane. We can abandon them for 0. I assume this is... Yes. Pretty much all of that is in the United States, so I can just make that assumption at this point. So I can annex you. Why can I not annex you yet? Are you new? Oh, yeah, Lordship. Yeah, your name changed. You aren't technically new. So that's kind of added a new, like, lease of life for them for a few years before I can annex them. I think it's because of all of our spending of exploration, but the fact France is equally balanced with us after all that stuff we did to them shows you just how strong France can become if you allow it to become strong. Castile is at least too weak, though. We need a CB against Castile, though. When is the next parliament? Next year, probably? Yeah, it's in a couple of months, actually, so we'll use that to get our war goal. Oh, the Galician Patriots are net neutral. At least we're incorporating the area they're in, so it shouldn't be that bad. They probably are gonna have... No, he's too old. They're both too old, so there's no way they'd get an heir. But I don't think France would agree. Do not perform this action. Well, that's nothing new. Nope, not agreeing. Oh, they were annexed super quick. We had just started that. Repay loan. Yeah, I kind of kept forgetting to repay that loan, huh? They had to come knock on my door and ask for their money back because I kept forgetting to pay the bank in the game. Portugal is disloyal? It's not Portugal. It's actually Brittany and Aquitaine. Why is that? Country strength of all vassal countries versus overlord, subject opinion, power relative. Oh, okay, I see. It's just because we probably have more subjects, I suppose, as well. Ooh, I do want the census, even though that'll make this harder. I mean, I don't mind if it fails. Burgos, perhaps? Maybe I can get a threatened war out of this. Ah, no, Burgos itself would count, but it's too far away. Darn. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get the war started then. Because that's going to pull Alba in, and Alba's the one that we want to beat up. Lucky us, we can call Paris itself to war. I think that's all the levies we need. We should be fine beyond that point. I'm not foreseeing any catastrophic issues that would necessitate otherwise. Well, the game is not being very agreeable with it, I must say. But yeah, the real goal of this war is to actually finish off Alba, but anything we take from Castile or Aragon is a good bonus. It's just this way we don't fight France in a war, because France is stronger than Castile and Aragon. This is just the easier war for us to deal with. Plus, I'm holding out that maybe I can put one of our future sons on the throne. And if I can put him on the throne, I will just switch things out afterwards and shove him onto it. Although we're talking about the grandson, actually, so this might be a long while. But if we can hold out for another 14 years, we'll see. Oh, actually, go to here. Get ready for them to come here. We'll split it in half. And then this force... really just needs to kind of walk in and siege it down. And we can just ignore it from there. We're going to probably slow down on colonization for a minute, too. Just do less of them at once, really. Two Sicilies found our agent. That's fine. Let's actually make sure these are on this time, too. Because they keep disabling every time I combine the army, I've noticed. Which is just something we have to deal with. But that's fine. Who doesn't have an army? Half the navy. Oh, right. I guess the siege unit could actually use a leader too, just so the siege is a tad faster. I suppose. Giovanni Caboto. Oh, free explorer, sure. I got no qualms with the free explorer. How much are we spending right now in colonies? 21. We can go ahead and establish a few more colonies then. Just kind of like along the coastline. Maybe one inward. Just so our rivals can't get an easy colony going somewhere. Actually, speaking of easy colonies, I really should kind of cover the coast of Canada here because we have not been doing that. We hadn't quite covered all of it like I thought we had. Follow through on threat. That's kind of meaningless to us. I've got, what, 3 up here to siege down? 2, maybe? I see at least 2. Yeah, there's the 3rd one. Just split the army in half and we'll take care of it. Basically, they're not even trying to fight us directly right now, so I think they're pretty aware that they can't win. Or at least their forces are too spread out to form up together. That's going to be Labrador there. It's too far in the north for the other one. Yeah, see? We won that fight. Not too bad. Then we can even grab some divisions back and just throw them right in. Well, not the levy ones. Those guys are just dead, but oh well. I think we win that fight. Yeah, we do. Almost the same amount of losses, though, so it's not a easy win. But they can't get their levies back easily either, so, you know, we'll work with it. Ooh, 12. Just grab and throw as many people in there as I can, honestly. Saffron is very valuable. Comet sighted. -7 stability. I don't even have to look at it. I've seen that event so many times already. I like how they chose 7 and not 6, so it's like, you know, because 7's a lucky number to a lot of people. But this causes us to lose 7 stability instead of gain 7. So that's funny. Oh, they got the bad roll, but we are fighting double our number. Okay, Castile backed off there in the end. That's good. They actually gained a lot of war exhaustion from it. Suffered almost twice our casualties, too, so that's chewing through whatever numbers they had. We actually ran into the army again, and we actually barely took less losses that time. Yep. Nope, just form one giant little colony down here in Brazil. Don't need it anywhere else. Just Brazil. I think I can disband this section now of levies. And we'll put the capital under siege now that we have a supply line to it without dying. Because having your units starve is usually bad for warfare, I'm told. Crazy fact, I know, but it turns out starving troops are generally not useful. Who would have guessed? You good because you have access to wool here? You do have wool here. Excellent. 32% production efficiency. I love it. Okay, that siege is done, so let's have you reform and go there. Oh, I didn't even have the units set up right in that army. That's hilarious. And they were still winning in the end. So they probably would have taken less casualties if I had just done it right in the first place. Levy's lost to attrition. Taking about twice our losses each tick, so that's good. Roughly, give or take. Probably recover just a few more here. Yeah, 1,600. Just easy recovery. And just kind of go around starting knocking them. Actually, I just realized, although some of these generals are really good, I really should put the heir in charge of one. That way we can get some crown power back. Yeah, there we go. Because crown power is all the way down at 22% right now. Oh, that's probably because we don't have the head of cabinet anymore, right? Because you are no longer part of the royal family. Because the house changed completely. So, yeah, yay. And then you don't even have someone leading you. That's just awful. Missing explorer. Guy waited so long to explore, he just died in his office. That's sad. Can I just... It's 95, okay. So one of the forts has to give out before they'll give in. Because that's all that's left is the 2 forts up there in Scotland. What does this petition do? Give me the Lord's satisfaction. Aside from the occasional Great Pestilence trigger, because, yeah, unfortunately for the natives, they're just all gonna die, this is going really well. I think it's going well, at least. Aside from our constant financial expenditures. Oh, good, the colonies are actually trying to colonize a bit. Not that they're good at it, but... Shoot, I mean, at least they're trying, right? Could be a lot worse. Could have just not tried at all. Did you guys just get attacked? Yes, you did. I mean, you won, so it's fine, but I was trying to figure out where that attack happened. Okay, that is all but gone. We can now form Great Britain. We are now known as the Kingdom of Great Britain. And to my hopes and dreams, chat, if we so wish to, we can go into forming the United States of America. Even though we are currently England, and I find that to be hilarious. Alright, now that we got our actual goal out of this, we might just take just a few states and end this fast. Oh, I know that Sevilla down here is really valuable. How is the tax base there, actually, relatively speaking? It's actually pretty good. I mean, obviously their tax base is best near their capital. That's just how that works. Because of control mattering as to how much of the tax base you actually get. I'm not giving the Pope any money. This is my money. I'm keeping it. If the Pope wants his money, he has to just get it himself. I don't know why they're asking me for money. So maybe we finish forming this area up here. Don't take this. That way this is kind of more organized, perhaps. It also keeps their capital in close proximity, even if it moves to a different area later. Yeah, let's just do that for now. That'll be enough. We could go a little further, but I want to disband the levies. We also captured like 30 fishing boats. That's funny. That should pretty much keep Castile weak. At that point, I can't see Castile getting strong again. I'm surprised that France has no antagonism towards us. I thought for sure their antagonism would be through the roof by several hundred. Oh, you know, if France falls into a regency chat, we might be able to propose a ruler to them even though they hate us. Although they hate us, so they probably won't say yes. But, you know, maybe they'll get over it in 100 years. Either way, I want to keep an eye on that guy. Try to keep an eye on to see when he dies. If I ever catch it, I'll probably miss it. I guess we'll just take this penalty. It's weird that we're getting the like hunting for... we're getting the events for the Great Pestilence that I feel like we shouldn't be getting, but oh well. Just let it happen, I suppose. I forgot to do research. I hope that hasn't been there long. It hasn't been. Okay. Yeah, no. It's fine. It hasn't been there that long. We just got our monthly diplomats, so now I don't need to spend money on those. Let's grab paved roads and power projection at this point so I don't forget about those. I held off of both of them because we didn't really need it at the time. But now we're at the situational point where if I don't do it, I'm going to forget about it, and then I'm going to suffer. Oh, efficient spies is also something I want. And then we'll go ahead and get all the way down to surgery to make our characters live a little longer. Speaking of living... What coincidental timing. Do we have anyone from the crown that can take your place? No, because most of them are women, and the game won't let women be in charge. We could grant cabinet right. It is 20 legitimacy. But I'm just going to do it anyway, because she's just meant to be head of cabinet, basically kind of a puppet of the crown, so to speak. That's really the only reason to do it. So that will hopefully push us back to 25 crown control and just give us a little more money in the long run. Since we won't have those negatives anymore that are hurting tax efficiency, for example. Yeah, there we go. Now it's above 25. It's at about 26. Almost 27, actually. So our tax efficiency is no longer getting hampered. Trade, I've been watching trade bounce very wildly, going from like 25 to 60, 25 to 60, so I don't know what it's doing. It's doing something, though, that's for sure. We found tobacco. It's just that there are no people over here. And there probably won't be any people over here for an extremely long time. I might have to make one area a subject just to get the town out of it so we can actually build liquor and explore more over here. But that would be the only reason to do it, because I can't make liquor over here, and I can't explore because I need liquor. Technically cloth too, but cloth is produced naturally here. And I can't trade with the market because we don't know some of the route to the market, so it won't let me. Which is great. I love that. It makes some sense, but it's, not what I would consider a good thing. Chesapeake, it's all the way down over here. Yeah, make it a new colonial subject, because that'll get us the town. And then we'll just annex it afterwards. I know you don't have any merchants at the start, so this is awkward. But I really need you to make... This is liquor, right? According to the game. Okay, good. I assumed so, but I really needed to make sure that it was. But yeah, if I made these all into colonies or expanded them into other colonies, they would all be, they'd all have a town each in each area. But we're not going to do that, because what we're trying to do is colonize all of this, because we can just go from Great Britain into the United States, and thanks to that, we get all the United States' advances. They're not too... I mean, the 2.5 state satisfaction is definitely good. Parliament-based support is helpful. The 0.1 legitimacy from Bill of Rights is nice. And then the Enlightenment has the Age of Revolutions bonus. I don't keep it as a part of Britain. I don't think it's that strong or powerful. I just feel like doing it because we can. And because I think it's funny to go from England to Britain to the United States just because we colonized the New World. And that's the only reason. It doesn't even check to see if you're a republic. Which I guess you wouldn't be if you were the 13 colonies. But I still find it funny. Oh well. Queen Anne. Where is this area? I'd like that to be the part of Labrador, if that's possible. Yeah. I love all these, like, 90% rebellions we have now, because everyone just hates us. Cool that the Castilian patriots revolt, because that would cause Castile to back them in a war against us, and Castile has not recovered from the previous war. The Highlanders revolting would just be a problem at this point. This, by the way, is not the most efficient method to play England. I'm just doing it because I think it's fun. Fun does not translate into most efficient, though. Speaking of that, though, I needed to go over to cultures because I did want to tolerate the Portuguese. And honestly, tolerate the Galicians, too, because... Oh, shoot, nope. Wasn't paying attention. That put us over the accepted cultures limit more. Is there someone we can stop accepting? Honestly, Northumbrian we could remove from acceptance, although they're very cheap. I'm just thinking about converting more of it into English. The only other one I can think of is the Normans, because that one actually is 0.91. And they're technically French. Yeah, let's do that. They'll be very upset. This area is going to revolt for a while. But this is already core territory, so it doesn't matter. And it just means English will start growing here instead of Norman. And that'll put us pretty much back to where we were at cultural capacity. But now, the Portuguese pops we have are tolerated. Which should make it a bit easier for them to not be angry. I mean, some of them are actually ecstatic right now. But that's actually unironically because they became tolerated, since it means their, like, happiness from their group is doubled. Or no longer halved, I should say. It's halved when they're discriminated against. And it's full when they're tolerated or more. It can be looking... I think these numbers are being confused a bit, because... Yeah, I see what it's listing. It's listing the New World. Which technically isn't wrong. The New World could use all that stuff, but I don't think that's what they intended. So it's not really making the liquor necessary to get these going. It's still being burned horrendously, but you might have one start to make progress occasionally now at least, so... Yay, progress! It's not really going anywhere, but we can hope. Maybe once they have enough burgers here. Oh, the market access is almost 40%. That is terrible. Honestly, you might just want to make another market here at this point. Not that I have the power to do... I mean, I could make a new market over here. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. And by figure it out, I mean we're going to ignore the situation and hope it resolves itself. But don't worry. Okay, I'll move the army over because I'm pretty much expecting Castile to join this revolt. Lack of control. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Persecution of witchcraft. Let's see. Develop the interior. That's what, land instead of navy, but we're kind of more of a navy. Oh, we've actually been drifting towards land this whole time. Didn't even realize it. We'll just back integration more, try to integrate more of the Iberian Peninsula here. It's going to be very rebellious the whole time, I feel like. Because we still don't have the connections. Oh, has that got a bailiff? It does. Yep, Castile did back it as expected. And Castile actually has so few troops ready to raise right now. Presumably due to losses. Oh, it might also be because their court moved from the south to the north again. I mean, we did siege that earlier, but I've been noticing it moving back and forth. I don't even need to raise our levies. Our regulars can do the job just fine. Tell them to get on EU5 if they don't. Well, I don't know if they'll listen to me, but you know, maybe if they're somehow here, they'll get back on it somehow. If you want to know how many troops fit on a ship, each ship individually, if you go to like the Navy and then mouse over it, what you're looking for is this right here, with the two troop symbol and the transport capacity for Gigo there. This will tell you how many troops each ship can hold, and you're specifically looking for transport troops to get the most out of it. A good example here is the Hulk is a transport ship. It can carry 300 troops each, and that is 300 direct manpower exactly. If you're trying to figure it out in the technology screen, let me find one of the ships here because it's somewhere. I don't usually remember where it is because I don't use it half the time. If we go to the Carrack, for example, it's the same way. Just mouse over the name and you can find it in the details. The Flute is the one we'd be looking for here. That's the Age of Discovery transport. But that's how you'd figure out how much each individual ship carries. And then the Navy has the total amount here in the kind of the top right area-ish of its details. And that'll help you figure out how much each fleet can currently carry based on what you've currently given it. It's already a war against Castile. They're already gone. That's great. Thomas Wolsey. Ah. I was gonna say, isn't this the guy who served Henry? It is. Infuriated by a lowborn serving at court. Oh, shoot. If I choose to make him an advisor, he literally gives the current queen 25 diplomat and administrative score or ability. I'd do it if she wasn't 55. If she was young, I'd choose that. But we'll choose the historical option because I think it's funny to piss off the landowners for no reason. That's my reasoning here. It's just upset. It's to just upset the lords for no reason. Oh yeah, the Alba revolt. Well, that's fine. I can literally raise just some regulars for that and we can ignore it. They're not being backed by anyone and they only have apparently 78 manpower, so it's not really... They're more of a nuisance than a threat, really. So let's be more about just eliminating a nuisance from the board. That decided to make itself known once more. Actually, they have so few people they can't even siege a location. Yeah, you're welcome, Gigo. I'm happy to help you out there. Games are a lot more fun when you understand how they work. If you don't understand how things work, it's just frustrating. I know some games that I stopped playing because I couldn't figure out how to play them, really. In some cases, that was the game itself. In some cases, that was just me being an idiot. Either is possible. Man, a lot of people want to revolt against us. I can't imagine why. I love how the Pope, our allies, were still spying on them. Nothing changes. They were still spying on them. Do I want them to let them join Chesapeake? I mean, can we annex it right away? Yeah, it follows the normal requirements, so I could do it if I want more towns, but I don't think I need more towns. I'd rather just keep it a part of Great Britain. We just built the one town to try to squeeze out a bit of liquor from it. But it has very poor market access. It can't possibly squeeze it out anyway, so it might be decades before we start getting the exploration going. In fact, let's just cancel the other two explorations and try to get that one going faster. Maybe it will work. I don't think it'll work, but maybe it'll work. At least then, like, the demand is lower, but I think a lot of this demand is just natural demand. No, there's 2 land explorations that are being prepared. Where's the other one? Oh, it might be one of our colonies. I hope it isn't. It'd be really bad. Because I'm not seeing... Are they on the same tile? And that's why I'm not seeing it? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just one. It's just the one, yeah. I don't know where the other exploration is. There's one down here, but they actually have access... Oh. Found it. Yeah, there we go. Now the liquor demand is way lower. The explorations in the south were taking it all up as priority because they existed before this one, I believe. So this on the next tick should actually start preparing, unless they just automatically started a new one. They did not. So it should start now, right? Yes, it is. It is starting, but it's going to take several years before it's ready because it doesn't have enough. We're also over 10 million pops after that, after those recent wars of taking territory, which is nice. The people who lost their territory probably don't think so, but I think so, and I think that's all that matters. That's not how you should actually rule, because people will just get mad at you, but it'll be fine for us, right? Yeah, they're already getting the white peace notification. So I only got a few years here. They already started another exploration. But it should, this one should lock, and it should just be this one that gets the exploration then, right? Nope. See, I don't know why that one's locking, and then this one is getting priority. At least they're starting to explore. I mean, I could invite him to court as a character, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just take his 5 research points and let him debate freely. I think that's better. Okay, now we just got a lot of rebellion starting against us. People don't like us anymore. Still an English New World, at least. Okay, where are you exactly? I guess this one. That's technically a lot closer to you. How are we doing, Castile? Are you ready? I mean, you definitely are ready to surrender. You're already at plus 40. You probably don't want this to go on for any longer than it has to. I kind of want to take Leon, though. Yeah, that's too expensive to take. I figured as much. Let's let one more siege finish in the background here, and it'll be fine then. Oh, it's done already. They're not agreeing to it. I guess we had to siege a whole province. I'll keep it as far as Britain. Part is Britain. Alright, I'm trying to think. Oh, was that our... Yes, it was. Our head of cabinet is dead. Well, that didn't last long. I guess we'll just go without a head of cabinet for a little while. Because I got no one who meets the prerequisite. Current ruler, Great Britain. Oh, did your spouse just pass away? Or did your spouse just... I guess the husband requested divorce because he didn't die. He's just gone. So... I guess her husband requested divorce, which sounds really sad. Oh well. It's, sucks for her, I guess. That just sounds sad, actually. I'm kind of sad now. Yep, put you in charge of the army. I don't know why you weren't leading it, actually. I thought I did do that. I guess I didn't. I need more cabinet slots, man. Also, we have 4 of 4 reforms now instead of 3 of 4. In fact, do I need the 5% tax efficiency? I do. But I could probably give up autocracy, right? 15 loyalty of subjects is not bad going forward. Peace imminent. Oh, right. Alba. Oh, my goodness. Totally forgot about them. What do we need to contest? The capital. Where is the capital? It's actually a good question. Where's their capital? It's all the way up there. I almost have white peace with Alba because we don't occupy the capital of the rebellion. So I have to make sure that we occupy it here. That way they don't just skedaddle for free and get away with it. Because that'd be really bad if they did. Okay, let's... Because I've got a couple of rebellions to deal with, so maybe we just make this a little cheaper. You know, each piece of land we take is just weakening Castile more and more. But we have multiple rebellions to focus on right now. Okay, there we go. Peace shouldn't be imminent once we take control of the capital here. Yep, there we go. It's gone. Just instantaneously gone the second we had control. Trying to get some of these revolts in the Basque County down. They really don't like us there. This isn't the exploration that I wanted to have finished first, but at least they're going somewhere. You know what? I might turn exploration off temporarily here. Just that way, we can try to focus on the one that we want to get done. Why can I not mouse over this? There we go. I will let this one finish because it's almost done, but I want to get this one in New York done. In fact, I think I'll cancel it, let this one finish, and then try to focus on getting the other one done. Where else is this being demanded? There's only one exploration now. Procuring remedies, 0.05, needed laborers. Yep, that makes sense. Might have to get a second one going. Although the real issue is just this has no market access, so its production is terrible. It actually is... Apparently, it does not have access to sugar. So its production efficiency is operating at 0%. Oh, God. Wait, so it's not even making liquor at all now? It ran out of sugar? Oh, boy. Okay. Make the Portuguese like us at least. Make it easier to maintain. And then we'll just tolerate the Normans so they're less upset at us, because they're still 10% of the population after all. Annex Revolter. I do like that button that just press it to annex them if you meet the requirements. Nice and simple. Very simple, I should say. I was gonna say, is our cost of court up? It is. Let's just deficit spend to get that maxed back out so we can get the crown power from it. And we'll hold off on explorations stuff. Yeah, so shoot, now we don't even have sugar down here, so they can't even make it. I don't know why they're choosing to use sugar over surely one of the other resources they may have. Maybe they just don't have access to anything down here. I guess they need to build a brewery as well then, and use the brewery to make beer, to then use beer instead of sugar. Because I guess they don't have access to beer either, but they should definitely have access to fruit down here. Like, there definitely is fruit. Yeah, there's fruit right in the same area. So that should fix it. Are these just not being colonized? No. So let's just get that done so no one else lands there and takes it from us. Because then I'm going to have to fight them for it, and I don't want to if I don't have to. Guessing right here, too? Yeah, I mean, our colonies are doing it now as well, and that's fine. Trying to just grab whatever we can. Well, that's expensive, but we'll do it. The last colony I laid out made it a lot more expensive compared to the rest, but it should be fine. Maritime presence, and what is next should be... Yep, trade range all the way down to disease resistance. But he's still alive. Still no heir. I'm expecting him to go on the other side at some point, though, because he is an indulgent, so he's lost 5 years of life expectancy. Yeah, so that'll go to Menace. That will as well. They probably won't keep good control of it, but they'll keep something. I keep saying that we won't colonize more, and then we start colonizing again. I'm sorry. I've turned into a compulsive liar. I can't stop colonizing. That sounds awful out of context. Oh, we got 48 prestige somehow. Not that it'll last. What do we need to actually get an empire? The papacy needs to like us, and then we need 70 prestige. Oh, the papal ban is preventing it anyway. Okay, well. I didn't want to be an empire anyway. Who would want to be an empire? Antagonism minus 20, that's always good. Early authority, that's useless to us. Honestly, our antagonism is nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. Although the French do despise us, so I don't think we're getting that heir on their throne anytime soon. Oh yeah, like they absolutely despise us. Shared border, defending our rival. The antagonism also went through the roof a bit, but our diplomats can work on that to an extent. It's because of all that territory we took from Castile. And then the aforementioned rebellion that we annexed. All of that is just doing good work for us, I assure you. They don't even have burgers to employ it now. Great. Fantastic. They have no one. Where is this? Labrador. Nice and easy. Makes it look a lot better, too. Kingdom of Norway's declared us as their rival. Well, I really don't care, Norway. We did kind of miss that whole... Oh, follow through on threat, France. We did miss the chance to take 2 Sicilies as a, let's take their throne, but I didn't really feel like it would be a good idea in the long run. France and Milan are allies. France is down to 40,000 troops. Are you fighting a war? Yes, the 6th French War of Aggression, actually. Oh, that's what the papacy is mobilized against. I was wondering what they were mobilized against. I had no idea it was against France. Oh, so you're telling me that we could bully the French even harder? Oh, this is why it's not working. Can't really threaten war because it's more like declaring war on behalf of a subject. But follow through on threat is a minus 25 CV. Do I want to fight France? I guess I should because I don't think we're gonna get the heir on their throne. Just because they already despise us to begin with. Although doing, see, a war with France would guarantee that they join the coalition in the future. Because of the antagonism it generates. But France is also making enemies, which is good for us. Choices. Oh, well, I guess we're spending a bunch of ducats for research. Money that we definitely have to spend. We don't, but don't tell anyone that. Can't have them figuring out that we're broke. Then I panic. Could be a run on the banks and everything. How are we doing with our towns over here? Right, we didn't build on the iron ones yet because we needed them, and then Windsor's a little forest area, so I can't build there yet. That's fine. Go ahead and get this army maintenance up. Now, we might need to mobilize some levies against France. But I think they're so busy fighting Milan in the south right now that it won't really matter that much. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Milan's their ally. Milan's fighting alongside them. Yeah, we'll definitely have to mobilize at some point, but until that happens, we can just kind of have free reign over some of the land at least. So, Perigord. I don't know where exactly that is, but we'll find it, I'm sure. Ah, there it is. Found it. That wasn't too hard. We do have, like, Aquitaine and Brittany's armies. They're not too big on their own. But we do at least have them, which is something. Do we not have any diplomats? We do not. We can generate them quickly. It's just we don't have a lot of capacity. So we end up running out of them a bit faster than we otherwise would. We'll see how that goes. How fast are we building the spy network now? 3 a month? Oh, that's so good. Poor papacy is just being spied on constantly. Okay, maybe I do some of the exploration manually for now then, because we're kind of just waiting at this point. Oh yeah, these explorations need to go inward from there, so they're kind of stuck. Oh, I don't know why you want to explore from there. I don't want to do that. I think it's because we don't have the sea zones, right? We probably don't have the... Yeah, the Caribbean's not explored. Oh, but the area adjacent to the Caribbean's not explored either. Wow, this became a bit of a mess, didn't it? There we go. At least we're starting to figure out why we can't see certain areas. I don't think Castile's reached these islands, but there's a huge chance they did. We'll just get some exploration started for them and see what we can find. Say, this colonization should be going fine. There shouldn't be any disease issues here. There's not. Oh, you know what? Caracas actually has a lot of natives. That's good. We can actually add them to the colonies. Although fully settling it will take quite some time because of the people that are already there. Integrate province. Just kind of integrating the whole coastal area first, since that's almost got enough to start getting... Oh, this one actually has just the barest of connections. But where's a very good one? That's the wrong map mode. There's here, which actually is at plus 27. This one's only at 4 proximity, but it's a town that explains it. I know it's going to ruin some of the fish there, but we need more good ports. And it's a good port area, so we just got to do it. Oh, there they are. And there they go. They don't want to fight. So I'm guessing, because they just ran off. That's fine by me. It means free sieges. Although we do need to siege the actual target of the war. Probably would be better to fight off some of the French soldiers, but we'll see. We are sieging at a good pace, but I really should get a spy set up here. Ooh, census. I kind of wanted the university, but I'm going to go for the census. And even make sure it passes so we get some stability back. Since our stability's been kind of dropping lately. Immediate hardships of Cornwall. Tin miners. The tin miners may act out of desperation. Huh. Oh. So we'd tax the... Wow, I mean, that's a lot of money, but I don't, Yeah, I get the feeling this wouldn't end well, so I think we'll just leave them be. There's no need to trigger yet another rebellion against us. We really don't need that, if I'm honest with you. Really don't need that. So, what, you're at 65? Is this just because the maritime presence is not good? Yeah. Some of it is not fully maintained. I think it's because this is a different area than this. It is, yeah, I need ships there. That's probably what we've been missing for a while now, actually, so we just need a few Carracks over there. Could build other ships, but I figure we just build ships that can actually defend themselves. So if the enemy ever comes over, they don't die immediately. Oh, another rebellion. At this point, we're just letting them revolt against us, and then just putting them down afterwards. Although it is definitely still a revolt of annoyance. In its own way. Oh wow, they lost really fast there. Oh yeah, the French are not that well armed. I think these are mostly levies. Because those two forces with near equal numbers were just dropped like a rock. Yeah, they're down to 30,000 troops, and it's mainly levies. They have some regulars mixed in, but it's mainly levies. I guess organize a hunt, just take the hit and drop the cost of court down. I don't know why we're getting the effects. I don't know why we're getting the events that the natives are supposed to get, but we're just getting the Great Pestilence events that the natives are supposed to have instead of us, for whatever reason. Bugs will be bugs, I suppose. Not that I'm happy about it. So let's take this before we siege the fort itself. Because that way they'll lose their defense score bonus. And then we'll know where we actually stand. Or at least they should. Although it might be that you have to hold the entire area. Yeah, no, it's still defense taking. I guess you gotta control the capital of it. Which is fine. Yeah, Castile might be our next target. I have to deal with Navarre at some point. They've raised a couple thousand levies to fight us, which isn't too bad. And the next major revolt's only at 84 progress and falling, so I'm really not that worried about it. Where are the tool workshops? I guess they're only guilds right now, right? Yeah. And I'm guessing the price is pretty depreciated. Yeah, it's pretty down there. What about our guns? They are heavily depreciated in price, my god. And we're selling all of these? I guess we're not really selling all of them in so much as that there's just no one to sell to, perhaps. Well, just get it going down here then. Oh, we took the Burgos market and they formed a new market. Because Castile wasn't happy being in a market that we owned. So now it's just a bit of a mess down there with the markets. Where's this? Okay, yeah, give that to them. What are they doing financially? Oh, look at that. They have several ducats now instead of one. How nice. They're moving on up in the world, chat. They're slightly less atrocious. Oh, good. You actually had more than one male son. That's a step in the right direction. Can't really afford to spend on their education, but at least they're there. I think we can start fighting our way up here, right? Yeah, because a lot of these are levies. Oh, they didn't come to fight us in the end. Oh, that was too much money. Yeah, we're going to focus on getting rid of our deficit afterwards. Not our deficit, our debts afterwards. Yeah, that was a bit too much loss. They had about 25,000 troops there. We had lost some of the previous fight. That's fine, though. We'll just pull back and wait. They stopped their siege, so it's not like really lost anything there. There's some pretty good stability, at least. Oh. Just finished our technology for surgery. I kind of want to get the patio process to make more silver, even though we don't really have a lot of access to silver. We actually have very little access now that I think about it. colonial charter migration. What if we go for the maritime decay reduction would be good, yeah. Considering how much need we have of maritime. Okay, they've got about 8,000 troops now. I think we could take this unit on. Yeah, that one ended fine. We just need to pick our targets a little carefully. Oh, we became a hegemon of what? Of the military, which just means Wu probably just had a bunch of people die in a fight. Probably busy invading someone. Oh, that is not Paris. Ah, there we go. So now they don't take it, and then we just wait, recover, strike the next one. Just keep interrupting and interdicting their siege attempts. And ideally, slowly whittle them down by just picking them off in small groups. Oh, do you not have a general anymore? Well, that would explain why you're not doing too well. Is this their actual, like, levy army? Oh, I see. Yeah, no. Not having the general was making it an impossible battle. But they do have nearby troops. So, yeah, just kill what we can and then pull back. Although they took about the same casualties, so that wasn't really worth it. We'll probably combine the two armies here now. Because what we're just having is an outnumbering issue. Trying to avoid raising levies, but we might raise them at this rate. I think let's wait for one more tick, because that'll bring us over 15,000. Oh, over 16,000, even better. Making sure that's in the right spot. Let's go ahead and stop that one because it's plus 21 right now. Yeah, that definitely had their regulars in it from what I could tell. The regulars were definitely mixed in that fight. That one goes a lot better. Eastern Sea's been recovered. Or not recovered, it's been discovered. There's a difference. France is trying to ask for white peace now. We do need to actually deal with the rebellion now, because it is starting to kind of tick towards victory. So we'll, if we can get them both here, bring the army down south. I don't think we're going to get that much out of France, but anything out of them is probably better than nothing right now, given the fact that they're about as strong as we are. Okay, where is this? Because apparently it's between 3 colonies. Yeah, that one I might just annex later, that one colony there. Man, they have no liquor here at all. They don't even have the burgers to employ it. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so aside from not being able to colonize any further because we don't have liquor in the area, I think our colonizations are going fine. Well, we can't explore further, which is preventing us from colonizing further, to specify there. Which is where the annoyance comes from. Okay, there we go. That doesn't end Navarre, but that does eliminate the white peace attempt. But yeah, I literally cannot explore further until we get liquor over here, which is kind of silly. Although we could probably explore, like, the Carolinas. No? Oh, we don't have manpower, right? Yes, the whole war thing might be doing that, huh? Suppose so. I guess we can build a few more armories in that case, given the circumstances. Yeah, with the Navarre war going on too, I might need to just take like a small amount of territory and call it quits there. No, we'll raise levies. I've been holding off on it. We can do it. Now the Normans aren't accepted anymore. They're only tolerated, so the number we can raise is less now. But that's fine. We can still utilize the couple of thousand it gives us. I mean, 10,000 is still a good number. It's enough to kind of interrupt the sieges down here without loss. As long as you remember to organize them well. And that can at least push us forward in winning against the French. Oh, they just lifted the siege on the target. as we got there, they had just lifted the siege. That's unfortunate. Much longer for that one. 26. Lost almost 300 sailors. They're just gone. Just bye. Alright, then let's bring the cannons up. That might make this a bit easier to take. Oh yeah, that made it way easier to take. And then the army that doesn't have cannon will just chase them down so they don't liberate something else. Oh, they actually brought another force over. Yep, nope, that's got regulars in it. That definitely has regulars in it. Because they beat them very fast. Right, that's fine. It was long enough to where they didn't get a new target and we got our little area back, so it's fine. Oh yeah, that was a lot of casualties. On both sides. We're at 17. Peace timer is starting to tick again for Navarre. Are we starving down there? We are. Let's go ahead and just raise a bunch of levies to get France to surrender, because I think we might want to just focus on stopping the revolt. Okay, they should be raised now. Yeah, their war enthusiasm dropped all the way to 0. Oh yeah, look at that. Suddenly they're willing to agree to negotiate. Ah. God, I wonder what made them change their mind so fast. Couldn't have been the sudden raising of many levies at once. No, sir. Could not see that happening at all. The question is... Well, they're down here in the south, so anything cutting them off to the north might be best. I don't know. I don't really want to take this area specifically. I kind of want to take the areas around Paris. And near the coastline. At least some coastal areas, because it'll be very easy to spread our control there. We'll have very little difficulty. They've almost surrendered, but not quite. I guess just to occupy another... Nope, that's a fort. I mean, it's at -1. If I can just get it to tip over a little more... Which I think is just wait for the next month tick, and that should do it. Not quite. But it should happen. Unless they get into fights, which they just did. That might have turned it around for them a little bit, yeah. They're progressing sieges now, so they're not willing to give in. But that's okay, we can stop those pretty easily. We'll just gather up the troops and focus on breaking one siege at a time, and then just get the surrender before it gets worse. As long as the troops fight together, it'll be fine. Let that join them there, yeah. Right, yeah, we're doing final research. We can interrupt this. Okay, I think they stopped sieging. -1. Why is it still -1? Because we're not sieging now. Okay. So many little details on how to get the enemy to start surrendering when they otherwise don't. There we go. Now it's +1. That's not a lot of territory, and I think the territory we took here wasn't helping France too much, but we took some territory from its subjects. And the proximity we have over here is very high because of how close it is to London. So I do think it helps us a fair bit in the end. Let's just disband all the mainland levies here. And then focus on containing the latest set of many rebellions that we keep suffering from. It's almost enough to get them to surrender, but not quite. Just gotta put them under siege, I guess, and then they might change their mind. Oh! Oh, did Castile join at some point? That explains why it's such a hectic mess down there. I didn't notice that Castile had joined. Also, the hilarious note here is that they fought a group that was much smaller than them and ended up taking almost as many losses and nearly lost the fight. Yeah, I did not realize Castile had joined. That does explain why Navarre seemed to be a bit more of a problem down here than I was expecting them to be. Okay, presence decay for maritime is down. That's going to make it easier to maintain our cohesion. In fact, we really should just go ahead and get the proximity cost through port reduced and make shipbuilding cheaper. Or not cheaper, but faster. Because we're definitely going to be in need of ships. I think we win this fight. I don't know if we win it, though, because our morale isn't doing good. But they're the attackers, so they get the bad dice roll. Nope, their center broke before ours did. So we are fine. Just gonna put it under siege. Here's that winter attrition. Sons of the Oak. Well, that's just annoying. Just gonna wait for this to pop up to let us just annex them here. Well, I can't stand that because I notice whenever you're in that, the game progresses more slowly. Yeah, give that to them. That's fine. There we go. So there's almost none of that territory that someone can just land and take from us now, which is nice. I guess we'll turn expeditions back on because it looks like at the rate this is going, this is just not going to find anything for an extremely long time. Because there's just no liquor and they don't have enough hops down here to make other goods, so it's pretty shot at the moment. We might have to form a second town through the event to get it going. Okay, there we go. They're annexed. We can disband all the levies again and get the economy rolling and whine about how we have no manpower. Ooh, I can actually appoint you. I don't have money. Food expenses are up, but I feel like that's not too bad. What about... Oh, 80 for other... Oh, paying to procure remedies. I totally forgot about that. We should just stop doing that at this point. That's just useless. I've probably been paying 80 ducats a month on that. I don't know what I was thinking there. I guess I did it for the free stability at the time, but that was obviously a terrible idea in hindsight. Let's see, that's way up here. In hindsight, that was an awful idea, but oh well. Can only look back on it now and recognize our foolishness. Charismatic negotiator. Yeah, no, get us more spiritualism. Which is actually pretty good at that cabinet position. That should push us back to 25, and then we'll focus on getting rid of the debt next. We actually have money again as a result, thanks to me not spending it like a moron. Ah, there we go, almost 27. Three different loans, yeah. Yeah, in the end, that really didn't weaken France that much. We are technically stronger than they are. I do see that, someone new is ruling. Their leader died 2 years ago. And they immediately got someone else on the throne. Which I think was going to happen pretty fast. And the next people in line... So what, you're the next one in line then? Not that I can arrange the royal marriage, because I don't think they want to. I mean, obviously, France hates us. Why would they want to marry into our family? Oh, well, you know what? We're not too far from Bohemia in the monthly income. The enclosure movement. Oh! Hey, we get a new law, chat. Sweet. So let's see. Enclosure allowed. Peasants can migrate. Town city migration. Nobles are happier. Disallowed. The nobles get upset. And I'm guessing later on we get the Enclosure Act event. 20 food production. That would actually be really good. So maybe we just support the movement and then get the Enclosure Act from it. Yeah. That sounds good to me. That food will actually come in handy during the Little Ice Age later. So it's going to make our towns and cities more attractive and the rural areas less attractive. Although I do actually want to make Walton a town at some point. I've been trying to feed off the saffron it produces because that makes a lot of money easily. Speaking of which, well, no. We said we were going to pay off our debts. Let's actually focus here. Let's actually focus and pay off the debts because we were paying like 12 ducats of interest with 3 of them. We really need to get it just gone. So even just 5 ships there is 0.2. Ugh, that's a lot. Although, getting the decay to be down to 0.4% instead of 0.5 helps a ton, too. It makes it easier to maintain the areas we have. And then the areas we're not maintaining can better maintain themselves. Still not perfect, but it's definitely better. Balance the budget. Ooh. Yeah. No, let's support the integration process. I really need to get those done. We can afford to pay off the debts ourselves anyway. That's not much crown power we get back, but it is still crown power. Oh, wow, he has a pair of gold, which is the area we sieged for. We technically want decentralization right now, given all the subjects. Technically. Even with all that, some of them are still a tad disloyal. Not greatly disloyal, but they're kind of second-guessing their current position and role in the empire. Kingdom. I mean, we can pretend to be an empire, right? No one's gonna tattle on us to the Pope. I hope. I mean, I don't know. Someone could. Let's go ahead and integrate these areas because we have very high control with where they're at. In fact, clear this. I need more harbors. Just build up more protected harbors over here. Including Dunkirk, yes. We don't have access to the dry dock yet, but we have the dock at least. And then coastal forts, at least the ones we can build. That'll make it easier to keep our projection in the sea, at least where it's needed. In fact, what if I moved you here? What does it look like without you there to sustain it? Actually, it is sustained right there. Well, some of it is sustained very well. Some of it is not sustained, and will actually start dropping. Let's maybe switch them around. Because I know this area is more developed fleet-wise. Yeah, these 20 ships can easily maintain it, whereas these 52 ships can push this up a bit better. I think it's just the pirates, though, right? Yeah, it's the pirates that are the problem. The pirates are the main issue. God, I really need more liquor here. Are you actually making it now, though? There are no pops to hire. Well, you're actually making it, though. And you're just not employing them there. Okay, well. That doesn't solve anything. I guess let them join Chesapeake so it makes another town. And then we hope that town makes something of use. I think there's sugar further south, but not up here. So maybe we explore further south. We can actually make a lot more colonies now that I think about it, since we're kind of flowing in cash again. Kind of. God, why do we keep getting this event? I'm just having to burn my stability on it at this point. I don't understand why we're getting it. Because we're not the natives. We shouldn't be getting it. We actually can start colonizing the areas that Spain would normally colonize first, so... Yay, hope you like Chile. And I hope you like being broke, because we have no money again. Oh, right, yeah, that. Totally forgot about the Lutheran Reformation. Well, this is gonna get bloody. We are probably going to do the switch like we always do, because... Not because I hate the Pope, but because I just think Catholicism is not strong in the game. It's strong early on for, like, research purposes, because the Latin dialect is usually powerful, but it's only at 34% right now, so it's clearly lost its strength. So we're probably reaching a point where we could switch to our own, and it wouldn't be much different. Let's do that, get some legitimacy back. We're gonna lose it later anyway. The prestige you get from that is insane. And is definitely not intended. Yep, that's gonna help these ports be well, it's gonna help the areas where they don't have enough harbor capacity to make the proximity cost 0. Which is most areas. Let's actually get the cost of purchasing food down, because I have noticed that we are spending some actual amount on food. Enough to where the tech would actually save us money. Not a huge amount of money, but it will save us money. I really don't want to give you too much of this. I'm just trying to get the colonizing. We'll let one more join to form the town, and then I think we'll actually focus on annexing them. Because we want the U.S. state areas for ourselves. But this allows us to found towns despite not having the population to actually make a town, which is 5,000, so yeah. Okay, so you're actually making beer. You're still trying to make it out of sugar for some ungodly reason. We need liquor, so if I can spell it all. Yeah, because we are making beer now. You just need to use the pots, which exist, and the glass, which exist. So I don't know why you're trying to make it out of sugar still. Hopefully this one will do better. It's trying to make it out of sugar. I can't with these. Annexing them will solve the problem. Because then I will have direct control over it. So we will just focus on getting them annexed. Because they are not working this out otherwise. Oh, goodness. And the person I appointed to be our head of cabinet is dead again. This seems to be a common theme. I'm sure it's nothing unusual, though, right? Surely not. No one's going around massacring our people or anything. I hope. Oh, yeah, you know what? We're not really colonizing up here in the frozen north, are we? I mean, it's the frozen north. No one wants to be up here, but we should probably start colonizing this way anyway. What is, like, the next area that's bordering it? This one. I probably need to get over there, but I can't see it yet. Because we have no liquor, so we can't. The good news, though, is that needing to be adjacent to the interior areas to colonize it confirms that people won't be able to colonize certain areas as long as we control the coastline. I know our colonization here is taking a lot longer because the amount of non-English here is much higher. Ooh, have you colonized to the gold yet? You almost have. Almost have. Curl colony. Oh, you know what? Our colony is actually handling that, so we could just let them do it. That way we don't have to pay for the money. Of the colony. Do I want anything over here? Probably not. We've been doing a lot of... Well, speed of integration would be good. I'm just wondering if there's any texts before the Age of Discovery that we're wanting. I'm not doing any of the Christian ones, because once we switch from Catholicism, we're probably going to lose access to at least half of those. So we're kind of just ignoring it and skipping over it. Let's see, pop promotion speed, the plantations... Well, at least that cabinet member wasn't as important. Could have been important, mind you, but they weren't. Bible's translated 25 years, poppy simulation, or we can make it easy for us to get Lutheran preachers. Sure, why not? And I think we're going to get negative stability soon, so I'm just going to start spending a bit on our stability. Not too much, but... a good, like, 0.4 to actually get it going. So we inevitably get smacked over the head, we'll be fine. And honestly, there's, I mean, no, not switching, the reason would be that... there's not really a reason not to switch here. We enact the same religion policies, tax efficiency, clergy happiness... Inactive Placetium Regium. Oh, do we actually have that active right now? I don't... Did I do that by accident? No, probably not. Now, obviously, that is going to upset a lot of folks with us. Our subjects will probably become a bit upset because we're not the same religion, like the exact same religion. But I still think switching to Lutheranism is good in the long run. Although, almost all of our pops are still Catholic, so they're all going to get pretty upset because now they're considered heretics, which is not good. But we'll have to make it work. Yeah, if you go here, you see a lot of, like, our Catholic pops are now really upset because of the negatives with the tolerance issue. But that's just something we have to deal with. Oh, my chat has gone sideways. That's not good. There we go. Fixed it. Gold is this tree. You know what? Actually, yes, we do need money right now. Like, a lot of money. The Lutheran preachers are now spreading really far, though, so they should start converting a lot of the populace, and then it'll be fine. It'll kind of resolve itself as time goes on. We're actually paid our debts. That's good. I don't know. Are books still valuable? It looks like they are. Let's make some more then. Scold them publicly. I want to get our legitimacy back up here. That was close. Almost messed that one up. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to make it all out of just sugar. That's really, really bizarre. Yeah, minus 17 from the view of the Therian countries. I expected as much. We're going to annex you, so there's no point in doing any of that. I'm just trying to see. Economy action, maybe? I could just give you money. Yeah, I have to build it up, though. But that could work. I might switch this back to same religious group, but... we'll let it be for now. Just for the time being. We actually have a lot less stability now, which is not good. Oh, because primary religion-clergy ratio is dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Where is... We're still Latin, but we can switch to an English dialect. Which I think we'll go ahead and do. And that's actually going to boost it. I don't know if it'll boost it much, but we'll see. Our research will be a bit slower, but I don't want to boost Latin and help all the other countries that are still using it. It only went up by about 0.3, but yeah, our research is going to be slower for a while. That's not too surprising. But not using Latin at least means we won't be strengthening it. Once more of our clergy are converted, it should run a lot more smoothly. And then it will be a lot stronger. Because right now they don't really speak the liturgical language. Oh, yeah, this is where exactly? Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. They're right next to each other. Like, trying to figure out where it is. Yeah, I mean, we could have also stayed and waited it out until we could do the kind of like special English variant of Reformation. But just by switching to Lutheranism, we got a 5% tax efficiency bonus. I think we lost 1 or 2 of our pastor privileges because of the change. I'm not certain on that, so I wouldn't hold me to it. Obviously, a lot of our pops are angry with us as well right now because now they're discriminated against for their religion. But I still think it's worth the switch. Let me just fire this guy really quickly here. Especially because once you've had enough time to build up your religious influence, you can get the religious aspects, which I think are very good. Could dissolve some monasteries too, but I want to save up for the aspects because I think it's what, 2 of them increase your literacy capacity and 1 of them gives you a 5% proximity cost reduction, which are all pretty good. And get our literacy boosted up here. The Bohemians, I think, switched back to Catholicism, so they've been missing out. Yeah. Fund a dictionary, why not? It's Chesapeake, so I want that. Oh, by the way, EGN, I don't know if you noticed it earlier, but we can form the United States of America as Britain. So, that might be what we try to do just to be funny. Who are you? Are you Lutheran? You're Hussite. I'd rather make people become Lutheran. Thank you very much. Oh, good. They're bringing in more people to the colonies. That's all we'll say about it. Yay, colonies. I mean, boo, colonies. Who doesn't like colonies? A lower Canadian area. Well, yeah, but they have to explore from there, and I don't know if they have what they need for it. They might, but I don't think they do. Can we explore from somewhere else? Maybe I can get the Carolinas at least. Yeah, there we are, the North Carolina area. And then I need to... Oh, will it not let me explore from out here? Is it not... Oh, it's too far away. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's the problem, is that I have to explore from this market now, but this market has no liquor, and we don't have a land connection to the market capital. So we're just in this terrible situation where I can't do anything about it. Up here in Canada, I think it will work because we can actually reach it, so they can actually do exploration fine. But otherwise, it's just a lost cause right now. And I'm very discontent about that. What part of the South Atlantic is this? Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay. Sure, but can we at least make sure it's the market up here? Thanks. Oh my god, there are so many markets in Spain. It's just split apart. Which I'm mostly saying out of amusement. London is actually using all of its market capacity right now. I've been waiting to see that before I make more. Oh, there's more Lutheran preachers in the London market than there are markets. That's funny. They're at what, 142? I need them at 190 to annex them. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for it to go up. I don't think it'll be a British flag. I think it will make it like the full American flag and everything, but we'll still have rulership from Britain, which is funny to me. Because I know the more optimal strategy is probably to just make a bunch of subjects so you have high control over there instead of the terrible control we have, but I just want to see what happens at this point. Because there's no way to get maritime presence over the sea zones. Well, actually, maybe there is, and I'm just not... Oh, yeah, no, you can, actually. Okay. That's news to me. So suddenly these islands that Castile owns are extremely interesting. For no apparent reason. Although I imagine you have to keep your ships out in the open water, which I can't imagine goes well. Pop promotion speed's about to be up, and then we should be going to, yes, the blast furnace. And then we'll see from there. Oh, good, I can get another charter going. None of this is economically wise or sound. This is just funny. I'm just trying to rush it so we can form it in this one. So it's like, yeah, we formed it in the 1500s with Britain. It's just really weird. Because we just need locations, and all that needs is just more colonization. The areas that aren't explored yet is because the game's trying to explore it from the market itself rather than letting me explore from further away, which is really annoying. Although I think it's because of distance. I don't think there's enough naval distance is the issue there. So I think we need more naval range. That's the word I'm looking for. God. Oh, shoot. What was that I just made as a part of us? I think it was down here, right? No? Shoot, I don't know what that was. Oh, maybe it was down. If it was down here, that's fine. I don't think it was, but I don't know. So I just made something a part of Britain. I think it was the territory down here. Yeah, because it's not colonized anymore. Okay, we're fine. False alarm. We haven't screwed it yet. We do have access to coca, though. Now it is going to be needed to be made into a new subject, though, so it actually could... Oh, wait, I could just build the town right now, couldn't I? Yeah. It cost me several hundred ducats, but I can just build it now instead of having to wait another decade. It's not like it'll kill us if we do it. I mean, I don't know, maybe it could. It could be fatal. Can I marry you off royally? No, because apparently you technically don't belong to the dynasty yet. Yeah, well. Wait, is this really like the House of Tudor dynasty? Well, it's not the exact same spelling, but the head of the cabinet is Arthur, so, you know, there's some legitimacy there, right? I think that gives him some legitimacy by default, personally. Have you joined Hungary's? The Leeward Islands. Oh, I see. It's this stuff out here. Yeah, we probably want to make a colony out here somewhere. Ah, this is... You're integrated, right? Yeah, so you're this is what I ended up making into the subject. What would be the capital? See, if we're gonna make a... Let's keep it a part of Great Britain. If we're gonna make a subject out here, it needs to be at a spot that has fantastic harbor capacity. That way they have an easy time controlling the area. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out. Bellicose support, don't mind if I do. We're mostly going to be using colonies, but direct rule for the Americans because we can't let them get these weird ideals of liberty and democracy, right? Like that would be just really risky. Who knows what they'll come up with then? I'm not sure. Wait, I can do this from a colonial charter distance of 1,000. I guess our charter distance is a lot further than my naval distance. Oh yeah, my naval range is way lower. Jesus. Okay. Naval range. Wait. Well, I guess that's naval range from here. There's some red in the area, so... we probably just need to boost it up once and we're fine. So we'll grab naval range after that. Cape Verde, that might actually be good. Thomas Cromwell, we will talk about that one in a minute. Cape Verde is... oh, it's all the way over here. Yeah, no, keep that as Britain. They finally finished the colonization of this godforsaken island. The papacy even joined in a little. The malaria out here is atrocious. Although they've probably built up immunity at this point. So, Lowborn serves in court. Yeah. Let's let him in. Gotta upset the nobility somehow. That's like just a checklist. Does it upset the nobility? You're in. France has joined the coalition against Britain. Well... didn't really like them either anyway. I just sent Thomas Cromwell to explore. That's funny. I caught that out of the corner of my eye. I didn't even mean to do it. It just happened. Okay, well that depends. What is going to be your town? That would actually be a very good town because that is 100% harbor capacity. So that's actually a fantastic location. So is the area right next to it, but it's, you know, it's just whatever rocks your boat, really. And then I think we're actually going to cede provinces to them. Oh, we're actually still colonizing there. Oh, well. Now, they're still going to struggle for control in the area, but it's going to be a lot easier if they actually have a natural port. Because at least they could actually have some kind of connection. Because even just with no navy, no proximity control, they're still getting 4% for this area over here, which is still not much. But, I mean, shoot, they have it at least. Could be a lot worse. They could just have nothing. Then where would we be? Gallo, that's where exactly? Ah, yeah, no, keep it. I didn't even realize where it was at first. Jesus. Oh, we got more exploration down here, actually. Yay, cotton. Probably shouldn't be yaying for that. It has a pretty bad history. We're, like, occasionally becoming the hegemon of the military because whoever is the hegemon of the military is having their military get eviscerated in combat somewhere. And then it just starts over again like a cycle. Nope, that stays with us. Oh, we need less than 40 locations, so at the rate this is going, we'll get it. Let's see, that's gonna finish. No, I need the money. Then that actually needs to stay in Menace. That needs to stay with us. Just having to bounce around and figure out what needs to be where. As we continue to integrate our holdings everywhere, because we took way too much too fast. That we have no control down here, but I refuse to give it up. We're just being stubborn at this point. Maybe we take out a loan to just, like, build up the Navy really fast. That's not always an option, right? I've got no stability. The events that keep taking stability from us from the colony area is definitely not helping in the slightest. But at least our iron production is a lot higher now. We actually have a surplus in London to where they can sell it instead of buy it. So that's very good. Let's see, what is this there? Yeah, because I didn't mean to have a third colony in that spot. I meant to only have 2. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, we're getting these colonies going everywhere now. Well, at least it will still indeed be the 13 colonies. Not really, but I just wanted to say the name a little. Yeah, they're still maintaining control out here mostly. Hanseatic League. I think this is not going to get better until I deal with those pirates, so we do need to build either anti-piracy ships or something else. The early Carrack is 0.1. Traditional galley is 0.2, and it's way cheaper. So these galleys will just be for the anti-piracy measure over here, because these pirates are greatly increasing the decay that's happening over here. Because the amount of maritime presence the pirates reduce is relative to your total amount, as you can see how it is. So it's really just adding an extreme increase of decay and preventing us from reaching 100 in a lot of this. If we can get rid of them, this will get a lot better, which will make this area a lot better. By extension, it'll help us down here to get rid of the pirates there. Because, yep, that's a problem there, too. So we'll let those kind of build up. Way up there. Why does that join Menace instead of Labrador? I don't understand that. That just doesn't seem right to me. I can't even cede the province to them? Okay. It's probably because they're not bordering it right now. We went about the colonization process a little weirdly, it seems. Kind of just went around it instead of through it. Oh yeah, we're definitely spending a lot of money on this for no good reason. We at least are getting some exploration going now, though, I've noticed. Some. Still not getting the one I want, but... Oh, wait, no, we did. Oh, wait. They finally got access. Okay, thank God. They're importing slaves. Chat, don't look. Don't look, chat. It's horrible. Can they actually make liquor as well now? They're actually making liquor, but not where you'd think. Are you, like, actually producing it and using it? Finally. I guess because they're actually importing wine. So once we finally got access to the market and could trade, we were able to start solving the liquor issue. And now we can actually explore. We can also invade the natives, but that's for later. So hold your horses. We're not doing that just yet. But that is on the table. Gotta grab all of these, probably. Yeah, food production, too. Irish patriots are most likely to revolt. Well, that's fine. We'll be okay. Now we can get a lot of the rest of these explorations going a lot faster, which is good. I don't want to automate colonies, but there goes more stability. But it is something to consider. Well, we don't really make enough money to just mass automate colonization. But I am seriously thinking about the areas that are at least on the coastline. If only to kind of cut people off from them. Ah, we're almost there. I think what we might do is form the United States of America and then use that as like a good stopping point. Just because that's like the funniest part. And I can use that to bring people in the future. Maybe it's not that funny, but I like it. What are you? You're a noble. You live or die by whether or not you are of royal blood. That's how we handle things here. Man, 200 ducats a month for colonies. I am paying way too much for this. And yet I'm not gonna stop. I'm trying to claim everything that, like, the Western Europeans could. So they don't get an opportunity to do so. Mali video win. Oh, I guess that's something we could put on the table in the future. I've glanced at Mali before. I know they have a nice chunk of gold further inward, which could be nice. I'm not really interested in colonizing down in Africa right now, just because malaria makes it take forever. I mean, we finally got some of the islands, where were they, down here to finish. We started this in like the early 1400s. It took way too long to finish. So that's really kind of not on my board, is to colonize over there for a while. I'd rather continue to colonize into the Americas. Especially the areas not overrun by malaria. Those are my favorite areas. And I'm very biased for them. I love how all the areas we're colonizing, thanks to the Great Pestilence, have basically no pops, so there's almost no resistance against us, but there's also no one to work the land, which is not great, but yeah, well, it happens. Actually, question. Well, we're colonizing it right now, so I guess there's not much I can do here, but could we? Well, yeah, you're not in filtered locations. Yes, I can. Okay, just curious. No particular reason as to why I'd want to build a plantation that utilizes a specific group of people to run it. We would never endorse slavery here. I am noticing an increase in disloyalty from our subjects. We might annex Brittany and Aquitaine soon, just because they're getting stronger and they're getting disloyal. Although their disloyalty stems from their view of the Lithuanian countries, so their disloyalty has its reasons. Actually, you know what? We have a lot of diplomatic capacity, don't we? We could probably support loyalists here, because that's what, just 0.1? Just because these are kind of the ones that give us the most money, so we really don't want them to betray us later. As far as diplomatic income goes, they're in the top 3 alongside Portugal. Portugal's apparently really taken off economically, even though they lost territory to us. They're probably colonizing somewhere, if we're honest. Brittany would actually be a good area to annex, just because of the coastline control. And there's a lot of areas popping up. Let's bring you guys over here to deal with the pirates. I don't know. Will 20 be enough? I know we're making more, but I'm wondering, is 20 going to be enough? Because it won't update until... Nah, no. It only knocked it down halfway, so we're going to have to make another 20 at least. In that case, I know... Let's bring them down and deal with the pirates in the Bay of Biscay, then. Just to kind of get rid of them faster before the AI move their ships out of it again. Because that will make it easier to get this to 100 and connect with our holdings in Iberia better. Because right now our connection is really bad. Actually, wait, what is the London market at capacity-wise? It's doing pretty good. Financially, I mean, the finances are kind of everywhere, so maybe I should do this by market. Although, that doesn't mean I'll pick the best market for it. But that might make it easier to invest well and actually get the economy rolling better. Although half our economic investments at this point is just into the nearest colony, so... Really, we just kind of did this to ourselves, if you think about it. Oh, that's the wrong areas. Look, where'd the building go? Nope, those will stay with us. So, I mean, it needs slaves to run, but that would need an import of slaves, and this has no capacity. For now, it has no capacity. They'll maybe change that later. They have 300 burgers, actually. A marketplace would not be too difficult. And maybe, since we actually have the excess of library... no, they have no paper or books. They don't know what a library is. That's sad, chat. But we could probably put Molly on the board for like a 1.1 stream. Especially because when the 1.1 update drops probably in February, we might not continue this just because it's going to cause some significant changes to the game. Significant enough that I would argue it's better to create a new game rather than continue. And yes, we could just revert to the previous version, but do you really wanna? Oh! The queen is dead, long live the king. So you're 25. Wait, who is the best heir out of you? 70, 49, 69. Okay, yeah, you are the better heir by far. For certain. But maybe we hold off on your marriage for a decade. You, however, will do now so we can get more members of the royal court. I guess you can marry into the Duchy of Aquitaine just to get them on our good side. Yeah, and we'll just go from there. Yeah, Decline of the Empire is being reworked in it. That's why I'm willing to put Mali on the board then instead of just arbitrary disaster. I mean, Mali Empire did go into decline though, so it's not as if it's that arbitrary. But it was one of those things that, you know, it's better to let them work on it first before we touch it more. Oh, you're Welsh. Well, this won't do. There we go, they're English. All is well. Except for the Welsh, they'll be upset about that. But, you know, it'll be fine, right? Oh, we need one more location, chat. Just one more. Yeah, we'll just wait for a country to come up. I mean, you can always marry a noble, too. We'll see about that, though. Keep that one. Oh, right. We have to move our capital to form it, don't we? Yeah. Forgot about that. I did forget you need to move your capital over. What needs an area to be a core territory, which this is? I think it has to be a town too, doesn't it? You can't just move it willy-nilly. Oh, wait. I remember the button is, chat. I remember the button is. Ooh, I can't. It costs 10... Oh, God. Okay, so... we could form the United States of America. It would just be very expensive. And then I would need another 10,000 ducats to move it back home. So we could do it. And we might just play until we can do it. But it would be very expensive to do so. It also costs a lot of stability, which we don't have because it keeps being eaten up. Which I'm very discontent about. We had like 50 stability earlier, and now we have basically none. Which I don't like. But yeah, I forgot I need to move the capital over into to be in the region that it's marking. So in this case, like anywhere in there in order to do it. But the cost of the capital is kind of high. In fact, prohibitively high. And that's a lot of money to spend just to form the United States. But it is such a fun idea. Oh, I gave that to the... you know what, it's fine. Let them fight over it. What could go wrong? Buildings and then cost a quarter the highest, follow the colony. So if I just stop building colonies, it'd be fine. Ah, but I can't stop building colonies. Oh, yeah, like, your heir is great. He's a very good heir. He's ready to take the throne, and then he dies to a hunting accident. They're very random, too. Like, I have no idea what triggers them beyond just... I think it is just RNG, and that's it. There's nothing else to it. It's just pure random chance whether your heir makes it to the throne or not. And there's nothing you can do to save him. Even if you want to. Also, I feel like oftentimes when you get the event choice of, like, saving them with medicine, it almost never works. It says it's 50-50, but very often my rulers just die. Or my heirs just die, I should say. The cards. Who are where exactly? Oh, up there. It looks like the Picards are going to revolt regardless, so just crack down on the Irish. I mean, I will say it's at least fitting so far. This is definitely a English New World so far. Oh, but I can't stop making colonies. I can't stop. I have to keep making colonies. It's English must be everywhere. You don't understand, chat. It's for the good of the world. It's actually not for the good of the world. It's for just my personal fun. What is our best trade right now? I know the colonies aren't really trading that much in goods. Well, actually, I don't even know if I would see the trade income here. It's probably them who would benefit from the trade income. Although the only market they have is operating at less effectiveness because it has no paper and cloth and all of that. It's having a great time, I assure you. Integration process. In fact, there's no surplus paper. Oh, there's no surplus paper here at all? Oh yeah, we're importing like 20 paper. My god, hang on. Oh, I can't even afford to. That's the wrong paper. Yeah, I really should stop investing into colonies and start investing at home, huh? I just can't help it. It's definitely a problem of sorts, that's for sure. Ah, the dangerous ideas event again already. We're just losing stability. We keep getting nothing but negative events for stability. We're not even like in a disaster or anything. I mean, there's a great pestilence, but that's, yeah. It's more of a colony thing. Oh yeah, Picardy revolted, huh? Probably bring the armies up there and deal with it. Just gotta burn all of our prestige now. Quite literally all of it. Well, at least they have a tiny bit of control here. Oh, they just got trade expedition there. That's good. They have a lot of towns, too, which is nice. Yeah, sure. Oh, second level tobacco. That's nice. There's no demand for it, though, but oh well. Oh, you know what? I bet our pops don't even know what tobacco is, do they? Ah, they don't. We have no trade capacity. Ah, right. Oh, relevant goods in market. Okay, there we go. I was like, I can't do it from here. That's stupid. Well, that's because I'm an idiot. All I need to do is just use a tiny bit to introduce a chat, and then the Pops of London will demand it for life. And that should begin to generate demand for it and actually maybe generate some. Well, it won't generate much profit because of trade maintenance is really expensive right now. But we should see some demand in London after a couple of ticks. I don't know how long it'll take. But it has to get introduced. And there's now a surplus, so it does exist in the market now. Really, no demand at all. That's weird. Maybe it takes time. The forbidden fruit. Isn't she of our blood? Yeah, our younger sister. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow, like, there's no good event here. I guess King Arthur gets well advised, at least. So, oh, good, he's a sinner. Excellent, that's just what we needed. We're doomed, chat. We're just doomed. Just write your will and testimony now. We're doomed. We're not annexing this. Oh, we're already annexing it? Are we already annexing this up? Wait, what? Wait, can I just not annex them then? Oh, maybe you can't annex colonies. Probably have to change them. Ah, so we might be stuck with that colony there. That's a little awkward, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Do want to get more over here and get to Cuba. Maybe I could introduce spices then. Chile. Chile actually has a very high demand. They're actually exporting it. That's good. Or maybe I need a demand of, like a supply of one to make demand. Maybe the supply's not big enough. I mean, we'll see. We'll get Chile as well because getting them to be demanded is important. Yeah. Well, whatever we can at least. Oh, the market doesn't have enough surplus. Okay. Well, it doesn't have surplus for now. We'll see. Yeah, it might be needed like a solid demand of 1 to actually get it to go anywhere. Well, I mean, we have that now with tobacco, but I don't think it's working anyway. I know when it's introduced, the pops are supposed to start making demand of it, but maybe it's too early. I have no idea. I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, there's demand for it down here, so I don't understand why there's not demand. Is it because of the effective supply? Because trade is not a 1? That would make some sense. Because what's the effective supply? 0.59, so I've got to, like, double it, basically. Practically double it, and that might be enough. Because maybe it needs an effective supply of 1. It's 0.76. It's probably not enough right now. Yeah, it doesn't have enough. It's still trying to get people into it, but that's just going to take time. There's no real way around that. Oh, hey, there are slaves here now. Cool. I guess that means they're importing slaves? Yeah, they are. So that's always fun. Well, not for the people who are being enslaved. It's kind of sad, actually. There we go. Walter's gone. Yeah, there we are. France is actually at its recovered stage now. It actually has a military. But we make a lot more money than they do, which gives us an edge at least. Very small edge, though. Really, at this point, we're just making sure no one else can colonize this, and we're just being mean to them. Ooh, free subjects. Oh, hey, you actually have 1 million people. Well, you had several million people, and then the Great Pestilence hit, so that's kind of our bad. Yeah, it says, well, it says, like, Tudors with an E instead of... Oh, wait, no, it actually corrected. It is Tudor. Oh, you want to know why? It's because they were Welsh. It's because they were Welsh, and then I changed them to English, so it changed the name to be more English. So, by some freak accident, we got the Tudors on the throne in the 1500s. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how we did this. But it's a thing that happened, and you can be happy to see it if you like that kind of thing. We can also basically form the United States whenever we get enough money to move the capital over here. We're probably just not going to do that for a long time. I want to see there. I don't think I can reach that with the market, right? No. Not quite. The London market has a lot of excess now. That's fine. Oh, yay, we lose 85 ducats from random event. Now, I've got an effective supply of 1, and they're still not demanding tobacco at all. That's really weird. What about Chile? No, I was told that when it gets introduced, they should start demanding it. I've been lied to. Or more likely, something is bugged out and it's not working as intended right now. Either one is possible. Or maybe you need, like, a certain supply before it demands. I don't know what starts to trigger the demand. I just know that the pops have a natural innate demand for it once they know it exists. The problem is that I don't know what triggers it. And if I did, we wouldn't be in this situation. She's our head of cabinet. She's doing a fine job. Don't make me fire her for no reason. Oh, they're importing basically no slaves, but I guess that's better than exactly 0. I don't know. They're slowly getting there. I mean, I guess at least this is helping to generate demand for the colony, so the colony maybe gets something out of it, even though it gets basically no control. I don't know. I'm going to try to slow down our colonization. I will try to at least get the coastline for Texas, so no one can just kind of sneak their way in and start grabbing it from us. Because I don't intend to let that happen. And if it does happen, I'll be violent. You know, if we do the native policy, we could do subjugation. That would allow us to enslave tribesmen. Oh, native subjugation. I mean, integration just lets you promote them. Let me grab it and we'll think on it. Although that would be, what, just a few hundred slaves in each one out here. In some areas, there's basically no one. I guess it would even matter a lot more down in, like, Caracas down here, where there's actually a lot of pops that you could enslave. Oh, there's silver, too. How nice. What, tobacco, sugar, and what is the third plantation? Cotton. Well, that's awkward. Oh yeah, that's a lot of cotton areas. Where is this? Labrador. Oh yeah, that's nice and almost fully congenital. But they definitely colonized some areas themselves. Oh, right, yeah, I guess we should probably think about marriage for you now because you have aged even further. There we go. Someone from the House of York. Fantastic. I see we're still doing this debacle. It's a fantastic decision. I can't see anything going wrong with it. Try to get some of the roads working from London here. At least in this immediate area is better. We haven't really been expanding it that much. The occasional construction here and there, but we have been kind of ignoring it for a while now. Which is not great for our development, but we've been busy beating up the neighbors, so it happens. You know, sometimes you just get a bit too busy beating up your neighbors. Paper is still the best, yeah. Because I think we're actively importing it still, right? Yeah. So making more paper would actually go a long way. Administrative, we can upset the yeomancy. Peasants, really. Can take tech from the Pope, because why not? Thing is that they won't have the subjugation law. They don't even have the research, because we didn't get it until much later. Which is a shame, because they definitely could get a couple hundred slaves out of it. I might go for integration instead, though, in the end. There's not too much reason to get the slaves, probably. Although, it definitely helped down here, I can tell you that much. Let's at least get some of the goods introduced to the market. This one might run better. I don't know how well it's going to run better, but we'll see. So that's actually making a profit, but I don't know if it's actually going to make demand. Probably not, but at least we can further incentivize the demand in the colonies. Yeah, no, effective demand is still 0. No idea why. Oh well. Probably integration, right? Will make tribesmen to peasants when a colonial charter flips the location to become owned. Oh, so it only does it when it becomes owned. So it would make like all the tribesmen out here immediately into peasants. That actually sounds better than making them slaves. Slaves can work the RGO, but that's it. I would rather get all of those to be just non-tribesmen. I feel like that would be good. Though I can see that if it's like a lot of tobacco or something, or I guess cotton in this case, yeah, you could get the slaves too, but that's what the importation from Africa is for, right? Not that I expect it to really work, but I suppose it's on the table. Yeah, so we did lose France as expected, but we have weakened Castile much further. It's really not strong enough, and France keeps beating up Aragon, which is probably where France is getting some of its strength back from by just taking it from Aragon. But France can't afford to go toe-to-toe with us. They don't have that kind of strength anymore. They have quite a bit of strength, but it's still limited. And if I just spend some time upgrading things like our paper mills, we can get a lot more money flowing and we'll be fine. We just haven't been focusing on it for a long while. We've been too busy just expanding our colonies. But I'm kind of just slowing that down now. Since there's not really a threat of a lot of those areas being taken by someone else. The coastlines down here we still kind of want to colonize a bit. Although I've noticed that, Kurari colony. Is this one of ours at least? Yes, okay. Well, that's fine then. As long as it's one of our colonies and not someone else. What is down here anyway? Oh, salts. That, yeah, no, that actually checks out. What are we spending on colonies now? 42 ducats? That's not bad. Actually, we've been spending a lot on fort and army maintenance because I thought we might get a war for a bit, but it just hasn't happened. And I forgot, yes. It's also because I forgot. Wait, where is this? Let me be careful here. Oh, yeah, no, that's keep it apart as Britain. Dubious claims on France. Aquitaine is just giving me claims on France. It's amazing. Although France has allies. They definitely can mobilize a lot of troops now. Milan backs them as well. It's not too surprising. Although they've lost some. They're down to 54,000. We're still the military hegemon, but not for long. We really should expand the army soon, too. There's a lot of things to do. Wow, it's almost as if we're trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to see if this has gotten better. This has gotten worse. The pirates are back. Yeah, it's because our allies keep moving their ships in and out of regions, so it's never quite getting finished off. Which is somewhat irritating. Oh, is this because of the... Yeah, the standard court's causing minus 25. That's right. Kind of forgot about that. These should be getting a little better, right? They already have the new paved road. Walden is giving us some more money, at least. Not too much more, though. I feel like upgrading it to a town, but then we lose more. Anyway, we have been doing this for over 3.5 hours, and I think that's a good place to leave it off of. We've crippled Castile further. France, we're going to have to beat the hell out of 100 times, which sucks. But we did make it to the New World far before anyone else could. Crippled some of our would-be opponents that could have taken it, and we already have a lot of colonies going. Not sure why the demand isn't really picking up in London for tobacco and whatnot, but I'm sure that will fix itself over time. And the colonies themselves, they're not really making money. If you see down, they're all down here. They're making less than a ducat each right now. None of them are any higher than that. The highest is actually the colony in the Caribbean right now where the tobacco is, because we're trying to generate demand there and probably failing miserably. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.